The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
It's showtime.
And that is right. It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Circle of Eight Podcast, episode 119, 119. Señoras y señores, bienvenidos. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The host of TV is one Ivan C. Here with me, Familia, the greatest faction of all time, the fellow 4 or 5 horsemen. One of them is missing. He comes here now and there. But, of course, we still have the rest of them here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to introduce them very brief because it's about time. It's been a minute. And that's, of course, the one and only who takes you back in time, everywhere, anywhere, especially to cover ECW, WCW, the Monday Night War, Monday Night Raw. Man, this guy does it all about.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
And you don't need roads when you go with the Wrestling Delorean Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Who needs roads?
Who needs roads?
What's good, everybody? Glad we got all 4 of us in the same room at the same time.
That's right. And speaking at the same time, because this man was out of commission because his mouth was gone, but he's back. See, this is what happens when you do 69 too much, Mr. McCallum. So that's what happens. The invisible hand of podcasting himself, who did not get suspended, but he's here though, Mr. MGC.
Out Kenny, I'm just hanging out.
You're hanging out today, and of course, the one that was hanging out, rocking out with his out all over the world, especially at the Blue Ridge Festival.
Essentially,
man, yes, yeah, because he was fantastic because he was doing this. He was doing that, ladies and gentlemen, all over the East Coast in Virginia. The one and only, the director himself, who takes you everywhere as well, coast to coast, the host with the most, the one and only, Chris Kennedy.
This show is for mature audiences only, so I don't know how I made the cut.
You made the cut, Papi Chulo. So we're here today. Hughless will be joining us, later on shortly. She'll jump on the show. But yes, before we start with anything, man, let's get into very brief, obviously, with the new logo that was revealed. The revelation! And Triple H did it again, man. He did it again. And that is, of course, the new NXT logo.
Featuring Heel Liz.
That's Liz right there.
He's holding
out
it
with the old and in with the new. This is the 3rd logo brand. But, a lot of people are questioning, are we going to see a whole rebranding as in the way how it's set up, the setup, or just only presentation change? And not only that, yeah. And then we just see Solo Sikoa winning the North American title, who's not part of the bloodline. And, it's headed to a whole new direction. And a lot of main stars are coming into for the main roster to NXT, helping elevate and develop the NXT talent as well, which has been fantastic. We all love it. Papa H doing it once again, getting rid of that Nickelodeon damn logo and now adding.
Hey, I grew up on Orlando, Florida. Nickelodeon was the shit. If they did do that, I would be into it. If they made that arena look like the aggro crag from Nickelodeon Guts to do
Shout out to Guts.
Everybody gets slime. Everybody gets the green slime.
If everyone got slimed on NXT Green 4.0, I'd be into it. So one thing I do know about what's coming up for the new NXT brand is that next week's episode is pre-recorded a week in advance.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are speculating. Not only are they changing the logo, but they are completely reconstructing the arena itself. So,
okay.
As you guys know, I'm a colorful person, but no one was against that Lisa Frank color scheme more than I was. I appreciate that this was the local band venue of pro wrestling on the big stage. I get it. These were kids who were trained by WWE. These weren't indie darlings coming in trying to make their way to the main roster. This is the bottom of the barrel with all due respect. I think that you need to have a mix of both. for it to be sustainable. And I think that's what they're going to do. We obviously saw like Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Breaker feud. I think we're going to see more of that. I think iron sharpens iron. So you're not going to get any better when you have green versus green. So I think they're just going to do a better job at that.
I agree 100%, and I'm with you 120%. Shout out to Lennox Coleman. Thank you so much for tuning in, my brother.
The homie.
The old NXT is new again.
Yes, the old NXT is new again. But it's not only just black and gold. It's black.
It was like it was like actual gold. It was like, look at that logo. It's slick. I think there's even a higher quality logo where it's like shimmering and shiny and looks like gold bars.
Yeah, it's not yellow anymore.
Yeah.
I never was a fan of anyone calling yellow gold. Like, it's yellow, but
yellow
this is gold. So.
There it is, right
it's
there.
It's a different crayon on the Corolla box.
See how
exactly?
Yeah, that looks legit.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was hard to get that to a thumbnail overlay. It's kind of hard.
And I love the way that HBK presented it, where it was a metaphor, but it literally fizzled out and then rebirthed itself, which was super nice.
Yeah,
like we all knew as we're watching it, we're just like, oh shit, all right, cool.
I think the wrestling world collectively at once just went, thank God, like a big sigh of relief. Like, all right,
I've been memeing the shit out of 2.0 since day one, so yeah, I'm definitely. And it's like, I'm not talking shit on the quality of the wrestling. It's not good, but I get it. If it had stayed the same color scheme with the new marketing and business model, I would have been as into it. It was just a color scheme.
Hey.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, she is here. La. I
am La Mera.
The Mera podcasting is here. She's back finally, ladies and gentlemen. Help me welcome Heel Liz, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Liz. How are you?
Hi, oh my God, y'all hyping me up. Stop it. Damn. Oh my God.
There you go.
Guys.
Hello.
Thank you guys for having me back. It's been a while. It's been a minute. How are you guys doing?
Good. Welcome back. You made the logo. You're on the thumbnail, so we now have.
Yeah. Are you part of the NXT logo?
Yes. Oh my God, dude. I freaking love this logo. I shed a tear.
Go ahead. We're exactly in that subject. Talk to us about it. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
For
me, honestly, for me, I was so excited for this. Because everybody knows I am a huge fan of the black and gold era, and the fact that this is happening and we're having a black and gold 2.0. Dude, this is gonna be legit the best 2.0 that we have seen. And I am so stoked. I'm excited, and this freaking logo made me cry when it was like glowing, and I was just like, yeah. We've been waiting for you. I'm like, where you been? It's been a while. So I'm happy that these colors are back. Honestly, it makes my heart happy.
Oh man, awesome! I love it. De Niro, how you feel, buddy? You feel the same?
I feel exactly the same. Like, I almost shedded a tear too. I was like, shit. It's
tear by!
Right? Nah, honestly, like, I feel like, Triple H is going down the list and like righting all the wrongs. And even though the NXT product been better, in my opinion, the last couple months, this was like the final thing that they needed to do. They had to get rid of the Skittles logo and bring back black and gold. And I like that they're adding the white in there too. You know what I mean? Even when it was black and gold, I always thought that maybe have like a white canvas or something so it looked a little brighter on TV because it looked a little too dark sometimes. So I think that they're going to have a nice mixture of like NXT 2.0 plus the black and gold. So, and also I'm glad that they dropped the 2.0 too, because to always say NXT 2.0, that was fucking annoying. Like, at least it's just NXT. You know what I mean? I'm glad that we're going back to just NXT.
Yeah. See, there you go. Athletics already saying, welcome back to the show, Liz. Great minds think alike when it comes to the old school NXT black and gold. Absolutely. Shout out to Cage My IQ, my brother Dan, and of course my brother Tim, Wrestling Index. Mr. Matt Callis, are you going to be intrigued again to watch NXT?
I wonder if everybody kind of agrees with me, but it's like ever since the past 2 months and, Triple H and HBK getting like free hand to make the art they want to create, I I'd say it's good riddance to bad rubbish, finally, because like the whatever the splatter, the splatter paint NXT, that's I almost want to, part of me wants to pretend that it didn't happen. Like, who knows, like if you guys ever bought, like,
forget about this whole era.
Yeah, forget about the whole era. If you cut out, like, if you bought, like, if we were still in the DVD VHS era, maybe like just minus that from the collection and go straight from black and gold to this,
to Blu-ray,
like,
right?
Starting,
fucking Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Retcon, that's what they call it.
Retcon.
Yeah.
But one thing I am excited though to bring up too, along with the logo, I'm excited he's bringing back takeovers and making Halloween Havoc official takeover now. I'm happy of that. Yes. Papa H, we love you. You're making us happy again. You're making professional wrestling great at NXT again, especially NXT.
Look at their picture. They just look amazing, bro. It's just they look amazing. They look great there. Thank you.
It's like they did it internally, and now they have to do it symbolically.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though I feel like they already have. Like, if you've been watching NXT 2.0 the last couple months, it's been really good. Really good wrestling, great storylines. Worlds Collide was a great show that a lot of people didn't see because of everything else going on that weekend. But NXT's been feeling like old NXT. It's just been the color scheme and the presentation of the show.
That's been it. Like, I can accept. I don't want to say bad wrestling, inexperienced wrestling. I can get that because that's the point. It was just looking at it. So, my eyes were darting everywhere else but the ring. It was white palettes everywhere. With
that shit will burn your eyes. It was too bright.
I feel like I know they were definitely trying to copy the AEW like paint splash scheme, but you can't do it with a white background like that. It was just too much to look at.
Yeah.
It made me glasses to watch it.
I'm excited. I'm glad with this TV tapings are getting done. I'm excited how they're gonna revamp the whole thing. Like, even like you mentioned, the stadium itself, the performance center, or they're gonna go back to Full Sail. So we don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm fucking.
I'll be down for that too.
Dude, I would make a trip to Full Sail. I want to because I need to go. I need to go. But I really hope that they start traveling again because I miss NXT. I miss them coming around. Dude, that was like the best. I think that was one of the best times that I've had. I loved it. So I'm all for it. Thank you, Triple H. Yes.
That's right. And speaking of Triple H, on this one, he's open with ideas of having the Tribal Chiefs title reign to last long. But the question is, who can dethrone this man? Because they're
a good friend of ours. A good friend of ours, Ivan. That sounds like.
Man. Tell me who.
Karrion Kross.
Yes.
The entire app, all of TikTok.
Yeah, the whole app. You get beat by the dance crazes.
14-year-old workers worldwide shall defeat the tribal chief.
Oh man, but yeah, who could be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns?
Of course, it has to be Karrion. If they're building him up to be number 2, it has to be Karrion. And especially if this whole thing of them wanting to turn Roman babyface, even though he's not feeling it and nobody's feeling it, because I really think that it should not happen. I think the best thing that's happened to Roman is him being what he's doing right now, and it's working for him. So having 2 top heels, bro, why the fuck not? It's Triple H, so I see it happening. So honestly, for me, I would love for it to be Karrion Kross because I have been looking forward to this man to have a freaking dope ass reign or have a dope just entire thing going on in the main roster, because the first time around was a no-go. And the fact that he came back, well, probably the reason why he came back was because of Triple H, but the fact that he came back with Triple H instead of Vince, it was just a cherry on top to just know that this dude is he's gonna get pushed, and I love it. And I like that we're all loving the idea that he's going to be the number 2 after Roman. So if we're all on the same page, why not him?
Ooh, I love that. I love it.
There has to be something said about whatever deal got Karrion to come back. Just like it's very parallel to
yeah.
the MJF thing. There's a reason MJF stuck or came back, and we all know where he's headed. So I think the same thing for Karrion.
Okay, I feel the same. So we got already. It's 3 for Karrion. De Niro, do you feel the same, or do you have someone else different?
I mean, I'm a big Karrion Kross fan. I love Karrion Kross. But right now, I got to agree with Dan in the chat. Kevin Owens right now is cutting the best promos on Raw. You can hear the passion in this guy's voice and the passion in his promos, putting on great matches. And I think right now he deserves to run with the title once again. It's been years since he's been world champion, and right now he's been as hot as ever, putting on bangers after banger after banger. Shout out to him. And I think that, right now he got to be rewarded. So he keeps on calling out, like he's subliminally calling out Roman Reigns numerous times on Raw this last couple weeks, saying that he could have been champion if it wasn't for the bloodline. And I think that we're going to see another Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens match sooner rather than later. And I would give him the title.
Okay, but it'll be nasty if Sami Zayn has something to do with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
don't play my man's because Kevin Owens
I don't hate that idea. I would love, I like to write my own fan fiction. What if there's like a 3-way? It's Owens and Sami and Reigns, and what if like spear to like Sami, Owens hits the stunner, but then Sami like accidentally falls on Roman and gets the pin. He's like, I didn't mean to pin you. I don't mean to pin you. Oh no! Can I still be in the bloodline?
That'd be insane.
That would be my favorite championship win of all time.
I could see them doing something along the lines of WrestleMania 2000, where, if you remember, I think it was Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle. And it was for 2 titles, but it was 2 falls. First fall was for the European title. Second fall was for the IC title. I could see them doing something like that with a 3-way here. And maybe Roman Reigns wins one of the falls, so he's still champion. But that's a way to separate the 2 titles.
Did you just say a 3-way Iron Man?
No, a 3-way, 2 out of 3 falls.
For some reason, I was like, 3-way Iron Man. I'd be fucking into that.
That would be insane.
I can't jump that high, so.
Shout out Dom in the chat.
Oh, man, that's right. What's going on, Dom? Top rope, that's right. Lennox, what did he say? He said, how about the hyper legendary killer Randy Orton? Don't forget he gets some. That is true. I honestly thought it would have been Orton. Man, this is a fucking tough one, man. It's fucking tough.
I love it. I love it though. I love it because it's keeping us entertained, and it's keeping us wondering, which is what we should be doing. We shouldn't be, knowing who the hell it's gonna be. So I love it. I love that Triple H is pulling up all these cards where you're wondering who the hell is next, because now you want to watch every week. You want to watch the next pay-per-view. So I feel like he's doing exactly what wrestling should be. We shouldn't be able to predict it on the internet and know exactly what's going to happen by the next pay-per-view. So I love that we're all like just debating on who the hell's going to be next, because who's going to be right. TikTok.
I haven't talked about main roster in like 2 years. I'm waiting for it. I knew it would happen.
That's a fact, yeah. I don't remember the last time I was this excited.
I just didn't know how soon it would happen. So I'm into it.
I still say shout out to Dirty 4. What's going on, Claudio? And of course, Dom said, imagine Cody. Yes. No, I don't see Bucks coming with Cody. I don't see what's going to happen. I don't fuck the dirty shit with the
They have a contract at 2023, 24, 20 at the end of 23, right?
Yeah.
They'd have to literally sell off stock shares, right? Like they're literal shareholders in the company, so they'd have to sell that.
Yeah, but it's not a public company, I thought.
So
they'd have to sell them. AEW's private.
They'd have to sell them back to Tony.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my boy Catch This Fade in the chat. When everyone's done with Circle of Debate, make sure you go subscribe to his Twitch.
Make sure you go catch this fade.
Exactly. Jesus Christ. Nah, that's the homie from my rap group. So.
I wouldn't mind either any one of you guys mentioned, but make it a great development story. I still feel that I think it might be Cody. I think it might be Cody at WrestleMania. Something tells me it's gonna be Cody. I don't know why,
it has to be Cody.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. He'd have to win the Rumble. I think it better.
Yeah.
Tony and Gargano has to happen though.
But then that means that Roman would have to hold the title until Mania.
Well, that's with that.
Fine. That's like 6 months away.
my god, that is so true.
I'm okay with it. I mean, shit.
Oh my
I
god.
personally,
What am I wearing?
I mean,
I'll tell you what, like on some Devin shit, shout out Clark Street. I'm okay with him getting a 1,000-day title reign. Like, hold that shit, because right now, like,
adds value to the belt.
I think he's like at 800.
Oh, I thought I saw a meme that said he actually did hit 1,000. So what?
No, yeah, I think he's like close though.
Okay.
I just think that, you know, I don't know if like you guys are still intrigued, but I'm still intrigued with the title reign. I think that he's still doing his thing as the tribal chief and holding 2 belts. So why not just make more history and hold it to WrestleMania? If you're going to drop the title, drop it at the biggest show of the year.
Yes, I agree. Because I do not agree with they're stripping him at day one. I feel like day one is Roman Reigns pay-per-view. There's no way that he's going to lose. I don't think he would lose it there. If he's going to lose it anywhere, it would either be Rumble or it would have to be Mania. Definitely. But I can I'm not bored with it. I mean, I can see why people are over it because people get over shit so fast. They, you know, just want to just have it for like 2 days and then that's it. Like, you know, change shit up. And then when shit changes, people complain. I'm just playing. But I mean, I feel like he's honestly, he's fucking, this is the most solid fucking Roman that we've had. Sorry for my bombing.
No, it's TVMA. TVMA.
Oh, okay, and here's probably the best thing to kind of top it all off. I guess once he drops that title, let's unite the belts. Let's redesign the belt again. Let's bring back the winged eagle. Yeah. Let's throw away that.
Don't tease us.
Yeah, let's bring back the winged eagle. Like that. I mean, H would probably want something like that, and I know we want, you know, because it doesn't look like a championship belt. Let's get one world title with the winged eagle back, and it will be kind of, you know, and then Cody could have his whole like now nobody can take this from you thing. Yeah. I don't know how long does an injury like the one Cody's has take to.
I have no idea.
Well, see, it's not.
They had said up to 9 months.
It's not a bone injury, and it's not a fracture of any kind. It's a muscle tear. So it's not. I mean,
only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yeah, it's only a flesh wound.
So yeah, I don't imagine it being till like WrestleMania. I hope he could be like number 30 at the Rumble if they want to play their cards perfectly, something like that.
I think they will. See, the thing here's the thing.
You know what? Knowing them, they're gonna do him at number 1 and have him go through the whole entire fucking Rumble to prove that he is the one.
I love that. It's only happened like once before, right? Was that
happened a few times?
Where one won it. Okay.
Shawn Michaels won it at 1. Yeah. Chris Benoit won it at 1, and then Edge like 2 years ago won it at 1.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Perfect.
Rey Mysterio won it at 3, right? Or at,
I think
3?
2.
Yeah,
something like that.
2, which is basically 1 because you guys both came out at the same time.
The same
like,
time. Exactly.
I don't know why people don't fucking put that in the fucking history books.
The next one comes in like 3 minutes later.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, come on. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I'm excited. If they keep booking Roman how they did at Clash of the Castle, those type of up close, so close, and if Papa H continues that to have his title ring to be at Mania, so be it. I'm not bored of it. I love it, to be honest. Let him have his 1,000 days of champion. Who cares? As long as he loses at Mania, unless it's
Bruno reign.
Unless it's New Japan, they have him defend on night 1. Lose the belt, and then night 2 faces The Rock. Maybe that could happen too, because they're saying they still want that to happen. You know, Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, maybe we might see it. I don't know. If it does happen that way, I'll be intrigued. So I see Cody or anybody that you guys didn't mention, either Karrion, Kevin Owens, or even Sammy for all sakes, or anybody winning in night 1, and then night 2 you get The Rock and Roman for the head of the table, and then Roman will go over. I mean, that's pretty much his comeback. And he doesn't care about the belt. He beat The Rock. I mean, think about that. If he does that does happen. So, I mean,
that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be. I definitely. Now let's get into this one, man. Oh yes, I want to get into now to the PWI.
A lot of people are upset.
these are the top 10 right here. Okay, so remember.
All right. So the fact that Adam Page is anywhere near the top 100, you're disqualified from buying this article.
What? Why?
Adam Page had a good it's not. I think, what is it? June of 2021 to July of 2022.
No, it's July. It's July 2021.
Why is CM Punk is on this too? Is this just? Is this like most?
No. Yes, it's this. Yes, it is.
No.
So
what I'm saying. Is it based on most impactful, marketable, good on the mic, good in the ring?
It's ring achievement, influence. It's activity requirements. Is in ring achievement, influence, technical ability, and competition. So 4.
Okay, so Adam has all of those, but technical and in ring. So I'm okay with that. CM has gotten a little bit better, but he's not as good as his T-shirt says he is. Lashley, I mean,
how you really feel?
Yeah, Lashley is good. Lashley's, Black Lesnar, which is cool. I appreciate that he finally got the belt after 25 years of nothing. Yeah. So, and Cody had one match in a year, so cool.
This is your top 10 right here. So your first top 5 is right here on the side.
5-star match, okay?
Cody had one 5-star match. It was against Rollins.
Yeah. So you have Roman at 1, Okada at 2, Punk at 3, Adam at 4, Lashley at 5.
I know what they're doing. Okay, so this is just a popularity contest. This has nothing to do with in-ring skill.
Cody at 6, Danielson at 7, Hijo de Viquino at 8, Biggie at 9, and Gresham at 10. So do you agree with this?
Like number 2, but no one knows.
I agree with Cage.
There's a few missing. There's a few missing, if you ask me.
All right, let's do the round robin. Liz, do you agree with this list, or what will you change out of this top 10?
I changed half of the list, fool.
250.
250. I'll change all of them.
I changed everything around. Honestly, I didn't take a good look at the entire list, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, everything. But honestly, this list, I do agree, it was probably on popularity contest. I think it was just more on who the fuck sold more merchandise, I'm assuming. Or who moved the most pay-per-views, because honestly, for me, I mean, I personally, yes, I give it to Punk, the fact that he came back after 8 years or whatever, and had a great year. Eventually ended up picking up the AEW championship belt. But I feel like the matches that he put out weren't really matches that I was kind of hoping for, and I don't know, I just feel like he shouldn't have. I feel like if I would have replaced anybody on here for sure with Moxley, it'd be him. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Director, talk to me.
All right, I'm going to sip some tea for y'all out there. Who is the highest ranking female on this list?
I didn't even see that.
I forgot. Hold on, I have it here. Give me 1 minute.
They added else to the top 500.
Because I really
No. I don't think they have done it the women's yet. They only did the males.
They don't put the women on the same list.
No, they only do the males.
Trisha Dora is on the list.
Let me open this.
That's Uprising. I think that's Uprising stars.
So they don't put women on this list.
They do. Oh well, hold on. Let me check. Not on this one. This is 500 males.
I don't give a shit. They're wrong.
Oh no! Wait, no! You're right. Hold on. You're right.
Either way, the fact that it's this hard, the fact that you're having to do this much research.
No, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, there is females here.
Okay, so the fact that Bianca's not in this picture is wrong.
I'll put Bianca over CM Punk any day.
Yeah, I'll put Bianca over Adam Page for sure.
Absolutely.
Over Bobby Lashley. Over. I mean, Big E, definitely. Not that Big E's not bad. Big E's awesome, but I mean, Bianca's holding that company in that division right now, like on her back. And not that the other women are not doing their job. She's just so good at her job. She's like the Atlas of the women's division. She's just sitting back there like, I got you girls. Let's go. Let's carry this. So yeah, the fact that Bianca's not in this picture or even easy to find on that list, I don't care. It's PWI. It used to, it's outdated. It's antiquated. I mean, this company's been around since like Vincent Senior McMahon.
Or Child Bill Apter.
For real.
I do agree of how high they have Matt Cardona on this though. I do.
Yeah,
agree
Matt
with
Cardona
how
put
high
in
they
a
have
lot of
Matt
work
Cardona.
last year.
Mhm.
We saw,
I
like,
would have
three
put
pieces.
Cardona at 10, to be honest, or 11. I would have put him.
Yo, there's a lot of shit that I would change. First of all, where is Dax Harwood in this top 10? My
For
man
real.
put on
For
some
real.
of the best singles matches and tag matches in the last 2 years.
Breakout,
Where is Will
not even
Ospreay?
a singles wrestler, breakout singles star, still in a tag team.
Exactly. Where is Will Ospreay? Some of the best matches going right now in New Japan Pro Wrestling is from Will Ospreay, not Okada.
Will Ospreay's 27 on the list.
Fuck that. Will Ospreay should be number 5. If you're putting Io Del Vikingo, and I like him. I like AAA. Like, I'm a fan, but he's not touching Will Ospreay. Like, come on. Is Adam Page touching Will Ospreay, especially in that time period? No. There's a lot of shit that, and then like Dan said, like, come on, where the fuck is Moxley? Moxley's having a historic just run right now, and even before that, like the last 2 years, he's been killing it. Everything he touches has been great. Where's Moxley? There's a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're going based upon, I guess, whatever happened last year during the pandemic era to what it is now, between July 1st to up during the mid-pandemic to what it is this past June is what they're basing it on. Is what I see. Why I see Big E there. Why I see Ego del Vikingo. Why do I see CM Punk? Which that one doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
Why is Cody there? Then?
Cody, I get to see him being on the whole popularity thing, and these are the best matches of his career, and he wasn't very good to begin with, so it's not hard to improve.
I mean, if you're really going to put Cody there, right? And let's think about Cody for a second. Cody during like the late pandemic era and the rest of 2021 was not nothing special in AEW. And then what? He wasn't nothing really special in early 2022. Not until he came to WWE.
1 or 2 matches since
exactly. So why would he be in the top 10 over someone like I said, like Will Ospreay, Dax Hardwood, John Moxley?
Especially Moxley, because he carried that company in the pandemic.
The fact that Killer Cross is 161, fuck no.
That's
take
wild.
the shit back.
That's wild.
Take the shit back, bro. Take the shit back. Somebody take it back. Let me talk to their manager. Who's their manager?
Finish cooking it. Finish cooking it. The steak is too rare.
Bro.
Yeah. But
Max Caster is under Ethan Page, bro.
There's if I was
gonna walk away.
If I was making the list, in all honesty, I would probably put at least 3 ladies from Stardom in the top 10. Utami Hayashishita, she's like the face of Stardom at the moment. I'd put Tam Nakano in there, and then I'd also, and then I guess the other what would be Mayu Iwatani, who's the Tanahashi of Stardom. I'll never stop mentioning her. Like, what was it? Like, she beat Kelly Klein in Ring of Honor, or she had a feud with her. If there's anyone who should have that Ring of Honor women's title currently, I'd probably give it to Mayu. And I think Mayu deserves to be at least like 9 or 8, So that, I mean, like, they don't, like, if because I saw Trish Adora, I don't know much about her, but that's like the only female name I caught like skimming through the list like real quickly. So it's a weird list, But then again, this week I've been seeing all kinds of weird lists. So I'll tell you guys about
list of top 5 weird lists.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your top 1 weird list?
Oh,
I gotta know.
Fuck, man, that's a good question. Oh, fucking costumes at Blue Ridge Rock Festival would probably be up there. Yeah, I can make a list out of that.
I saw a list a day and a half ago that put Slash higher than Frank Zappa, and I'm still mad about it.
And I mean, again, that's a quantity over quality. Like, how many records has Slash sold?
Yeah, that's a different story.
And he's also, in my opinion, more listenable.
Yeah, it was a skill level list, basically, is what they were talking about. It wasn't really a record sales and
right. That's music is weird.
Yeah.
I suck, and I'm selling out fucking 10,000 seat fields and shit. So,
hey, good job. Very good.
Flex on him right now, Chris.
Well, but no audience.
I mean,
Chris, you're light years above Slash, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the only person
give me that
I feel
Slash
like
paycheck, and
is
we'll talk.
The only person that's missing in this list for me is Seth Rollins. and Kevin Owens, because they held it down during the pandemic, hands down. When there was
So if you're talking about holding it down for the pandemic, Drew McIntyre is number one.
that too, yeah, and Drew McIntyre too.
Yeah.
He
definitely had.
He was
And
the
Randy
pandemic
Orton.
era, basically.
And Randy Orton.
Randy Orton had a crazy ass
The
pandemic.
Fiend.
And
The Fiend carried the pandemic as well.
Yeah,
I don't know. The Fiend was burning up most of the pandemic.
With all his,
The man was on fire. He
clips.
came back as a fucking zombie during the pandemic. I don't know about the Fiend. Came back as a monster. It looked like the Goonies.
Oh my god, I love that.
I mean, Denero, do you have any final thoughts before we move on with the next topic now?
Yeah, I think to make people happy, instead of top 5, next week we should do top 500 and do our own list.
Yeah.
Fuck.
4 hours left. Let's go.
That's like a 4-hour fucking live stream. Fucking
Facts. We're going to be 24-hour streaming.
Each.
24
Right?
hours.
Yeah, everyone with the 500 each.
Fuck.
All right, Matt, who's your 448?
Lulu Pencil. She's like, Lulu Pencil's all 500, is all 499, and then number one's Marufuji. It's Marufuji and Lulu Pencil. That's the whole list.
Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, man. So,
Lulu.
Lulu. Now it's time
For the main
Vader.
event.
No, it's time for Dynamite. That is right, because it's time for some Dynamite. Because it's time to recap this bad boy right here. And shout out to Dynamite. Actually, ever since this whole bullshit debacle, this is where the most highest views they had, I believe, today. They had about a million.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, 1,037 viewers. Number one for that night for Wednesday. And in the demographic for 18 and 49. So congrats to them. I'm really happy for them. Let's see. Good luck with that shit. Yes, that I would never do that. 500 to sale. No, I would never do that. Fuck that. I'll get tired. I would definitely get tired. But yes, let's get into it. To the first match, the opening match. Of course, Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara in the Tournament of Champions, the semifinal. Which, of course, once again, is right here because we know, the outcome of it. But let's talk about the match, though, man. Meta. Tell me what thoughts about this opening matchup for Dynamite.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie.
You missed it, right?
I had it playing, like I was listening and stuff, but I wasn't really watching. But I know who won in all the matches. But that's all I gotta say.
Right.
Hey, I've been there. It sometimes has been white noise, so I get it.
Like this week has been so hectic for me, so I'm just kind of like, I was kind of like out of the zone, and I was trying to watch it earlier, but I was just so busy with work because I work from home, so sometimes I do get the time to be able to watch it, or at least like throw it on the background. But I didn't get to watch it today or try to rewatch it. But I kind of know who won and stuff like that, but I really don't. I can't really have feedback on something that I didn't really watch, but I would definitely love and would like to take y'all feedback so that way when I do watch it, I know what we're talking about.
I love that.
Liz, I'll say this to you. On the graphic, it looks like either Sammy's copying you or you're
yes, he's copying me. First of all,
that's like perfect. Doesn't it look like that?
That looks so cute. Oh my god, hold on.
Definitely the Spanish goddess.
I just realized that shit. I just realized that shit right now too.
That's hilarious.
Simmons with them too. If we all three of them.
I check that picture for picture. I can just screenshot that shit and send it to you.
But I'm gonna post it because we're live.
Oh, that's true. I'm send it right now. That's fuck boy.
Yeah, okay, but if you don't want me to post y'all, it's okay. I'm not gonna post. No, he said no. He said no.
All right.
No, I'm just say cheese, y'all. Say cheese.
Director, give us your call, man.
What is up? Good match. I like the styles in the match. It's Sammy who is the high flyer versus the guy who is the punch punch and choker. And that dynamic definitely played into this match because you knew that it was going to be, as soon as Moxley grounded Sammy, it was just going to be a beating, and that's essentially what it was. I was so out of breath when Tay Conte hit the low blow, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing it," and I accepted it for the split second that I thought it was happening. And obviously Mox kicked out, got the Death Rider, which is such a cool name for Mick Foley's old finisher.
I know, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if Sammy won that, but it would not have been it would have been sort of a protected win because of the low blow. But no, we're getting Mox versus pull up the tournament graphic again. Let me see if I can predict.
Well, no,
Was that say Darby or I'm confused. Is this a week old?
Yeah, it's a week old. So,
okay, no worries.
So Sammy. Then they had
we have
Jericho and Bryan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have the finals.
Cool. Perfect, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like who you think would win, and that's kind of who you think would be in the finals. Nothing new there.
Agree with that.
But yeah, again, starting off with a 3.5-star TV match. I love it. AEW not coming out talking on the mic for 2 hours.
There you go. All right, Matt Callis.
You know, like if there's any match I could compare this to, it's one we've seen in person. The Nick Wayne and what was it, Homeboy? Oh, sorry, I forget the name. Ivan.
B-Boy
Nick Wayne. Because like the
B-Boy still around?
Yeah, B-Boy's still wrestling.
He wrestled with B-Boy. I stole like he has this move where he does like a splash, but he grabs his ankles behind him. I stole that shit from him.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yes,
B-Boy, man, old school. That guy, dude. He used to wrestle with Pinoy Boy, who was like a little version of P-Boy. Yeah.
He was actually just recently at Rival.
Oh, shit, dude. You would not remember me because it's been a minute, but yeah, that dude's a
I think you will, Chris. You got a very memorable face. I
wore a mask, Matthew. I was a Bayanero Bruno, if you don't remember.
Even after you didn't unmask backstage?
No, I kept the gimmick alive.
He'll remember the gimmick for sure. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember the gimmick."
Kayfabe is real.
Kayfabe is real. It's all work, baby.
But I'll say this match is comparable to that, you know, with the high flyer and the older Punisher. So it's like, you know, you kind of want to see the flyer get kind of punished in a way. Is like, so it different dynamics. I mean, we kind of knew Moxley was going to win it, but you know, he wouldn't be out of it so early. You know, I gotta say, I think the only thing is he's got to get that vacation in the future, and I have a pretty strong feeling he's going to get the vacation. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. De Niro.
I thought it was a great opening matchup. I remember they wrestled once before, I think when Moxley was going for the championship against Jericho like a couple years ago. And that was like the last time they wrestled. And I thought that they had pretty good chemistry with each other. So I thought that this was a great match. Something that I noted was the colors left the NXT logo and went on Sammy Guevara's gear because it was just a splash of rainbow. But definitely, it was a good matchup, though. And I'm glad that Jon Moxley won because, I don't know, I feel like Sammy Guevara was someone that I was high on early AEW days. I just feel like they didn't really capitalize with him when he was, like, really hot. So I feel like he has to, like, climb back up the ranks a little bit because right now he's barely on TV. And when he is on TV, it's not really for wrestling. So I would like to see more Sammy Guevara on TV because he's definitely one of their pillars and a great wrestler.
I see highlights of him. He's doing like triple duty. I'm seeing him on like Dark and Dynamite, like almost main eventing or Rampage. I mean, like I'm not picking up him not being as.
Maybe I don't watch enough Rampage.
I just see the highlights. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think he's kind of like he's main Rampage. He just beat Darby Allin again.
Yeah, no, that was for I know he had for this tournament, but I know like before that, like he was just like a background guy for Jericho, and then there was like a long stretch where he didn't have a match. They even mentioned, I believe it was like maybe in August, where they said this is his first match since June, and there was no injury. He just wasn't on TV.
Okay.
So like a month. Right. So June, July, August.
Yeah, so like that's 8 TVs without Sammy Guevara.
He was on honeymoon in France. I can confirm that. So that might have been
for 8 weeks though.
Have you seen Ty Conte?
Oh, I mean, touche. You got me on that.
Oh shit!
She's there, but she's not. She's not wrestling.
I'm just saying, Ty Mello Guevara. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I had to do it. Fuck.
Stay corrected.
Have you seen Ty? Yeah.
8 weeks. Yeah.
He ain't wrong.
8 weeks. Yeah.
France for sure.
I'd be pushed for 10. Like,
Oh my goodness. Oh, speaking of push, we're now getting pushes that are coming now into this new faction. And of course, we did see MJF, of course, his little bullshit segment. He's not scared of Moxley. He brought about his book and him just, you quit alcohol, drugs. Well,
Ivan, I have the best name for this faction because we called QT Marshall's factory the Cutie Pies. I'm gonna call this the Firm Butt Cheeks.
What?
Because the ass boys.
Yeah, the ass boys. They're in the faction, so why do you everybody can make
wild,
this
man.
The firm ass.
Yeah, the firm ass.
Boom.
The ass boys are in there.
I think what they're trying to get away of is the ass part.
Yeah.
Because the ass boys are part of the faction, and they're called the Firm, so they're gonna be the firm ass, and that'll be the best. We could start chants for that in the audience, and they're gonna.
I wouldn't be called dead chanting that. Sorry.
Firm ass. Hey, you got a firm ass right there.
Let's go, firm ass.
Oh my god, that happens.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, look at my ass.
Yeah, what a name. What a name.
Oh,
the firm ass.
Oh my god, no.
See, they chose the name. Now they gotta. They made the bed. Now they gotta sleep in it.
Oh my god, man, Jesus, man,
Oh
what? But fuck, I'm losing my cut. All right, here we go. Oh shit,
bring it back.
I bring it back. Damn it, Matt, he caught me off guard.
Whatever babyface faces them, if he uses that joke first, he's gonna be over right away.
Eddie Kingston, I bet right now. I get $5 on Eddie Kingston will go first. Do that.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston needs to do it.
He'll be the first one to do it.
First baby face to face.
First fucking face to do it. I guarantee you. But I like this potential faction, especially what Stokely said. Ethan Page, you're going for the All Atlantic. Ass Boys going for the tag team titles. Lee Moriarty going for the Ring of Honor Pure title. And W. Morrissey, I don't know, maybe against your boyfriend Wardlow there, Liz. So that could be.
No, he lost that in 3 seconds.
No.
No, I'm saying Morrison
because
lost.
even if it happened, we all know this guy.
Wardlow already beat him in 3 seconds. It was amazing.
He already beat him before, anyways.
And then he's gonna come in pissed, and he's gonna be like, "Well, he's gonna slip," and then 1, 2, 3, and that's it. He's gonna be done
Because of a slip.
just because he's gonna slip. He's gonna have way too much baby oil coming off of his hair. So then, he's just gonna slip. And and then Wardlow's just gonna, just pick him up one time for the one time because he knows that I'm watching and he knows that I like when he do that shit, He look all fine and stuff when he powerbomb, not me. So he's gonna do it at least once and then that's it. It's gonna be less than 3 minutes. It's okay. So if it happens, if he goes after him, it's fine because it's gonna be done. But
how do you feel? But how do you feel?
But I mean, honestly, this whole I love it. I like what they were doing, how they presented it, because they gave you, like how Taz said, they told you that they have a goal. They have a goal, and they tell you exactly what they're going on. They're all on the same page. They're not all trying to cross each other. Not now. And who knows if they will? But they are all on the same page. Like, they know what the hell they just like, all right, we have this goal. We're going to come in here. We're telling you exactly what the fuck we're going to do. And now we're going to take action. And they're all look prepared. Like they're ready to take action. So I'm excited for this because it's going to bring a lot of greatness from all these people. And if this doesn't work, then Lord Jesus, take the wheel.
Director, how do you feel about this potential faction so far?
I love the name. I love the APA gimmick that it technically has. The firm is a good name. The Henchman for Hire is cool. It just has too much comedy in it. Stokely is a character. The Ass Boys need to not be called that. They need to drop their daddy's panties because that's what they're wearing. I don't know what happened to Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. I love them as a team.
Yes.
Morrison's a loose cannon. We'll see how long he lasts in the company alone, let alone in the faction. Are they technically working for MJF right now, but they could be for hire for other people? Like, it's straight up the APA with dudes who have eyes on titles. It's just very silly right now, and I don't take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. What, you like me, or you like them?
No, I like your input.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
I like your input. Just because it's different from mine doesn't mean I don't like it.
I didn't know if you were like them. And okay, that's just how I feel. It's just Stokely is a good character. He's just a silly character, and that's just how I feel.
Okay.
He's trying to get serious though. Shawty trying to get serious.
He's Robert Stone. It's all it is. It's very, very comedy.
Hey man, the sweeter the berry, the juice, man. That's just what he said. That's exactly
not
what he said.
That's not what he said at all. He said the blacker the berry, and he is.
There you go. The blacker the berry, sweeter juice. I didn't want to say that, but you already said.
Not a line that I'm allowed to say on this part of the.
Yeah, spectrum. I know. We're just going about. We're going about the promo.
We'll get Dirty Heels in here to.
I think you could say the darker. I think you could say darker.
No. But Matt Callis, go ahead. Talk about your firm ass, man. Not your literally yours, but fucking yes.
No.
So I think one of the best moments has to be that I love you, W. Morrissey, and he's hugging him. I want to put that on a shirt. I think that almost rivals the Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara hug that became a cutout. I'm gonna make that into a cutout too. Yeah, you're right about the comedy thing, Chris.
That I did like that. That was so awkward.
I love you, W.
He's like, I love you. I love you.
People don't tell you a whole lot of that, but I love you, W. Morrissey. and so he puts W. Morrissey. I'm gonna get the cutout of that because a lot of people like that already. I mean, yeah, I definitely see the Robert Stone connection. I mean, I really thought he was just going to be a female stable manager, but I guess he works good in this context. I just hope he doesn't go too far down the Teddy Long category, where it's like, you got a match.
Sorry.
Let me holler at you. You got a match with Lance Archer, or I don't know, with W. Morrissey. I don't know. You do the same thing.
Is it Morrissey or Morrison? Is it both?
No, Morrissey.
But his real name's Morrison, right? Or no?
No, it's Morrissey.
Oh, it's weird. I'm never calling him that ever because I don't like Morrissey, and so.
It's a lot.
Call him W. It is W.
It is W. Morrison though, not the Morrison band. No, not that. De Niro, take it away, brother.
I said from the very start when we start to see like the initial, Hathaway giving his business card away. I said that I just hope that this didn't become a faction, kind of like Matt Hardy's faction, where they were just a bunch of random people in the faction and had nothing to do and would randomly face guys on like Rampage. I wanted this to like matter and mean something. And I thought that what they did at the pay-per-view with the whole casino ladder match was a good way to make an impact. So I like this. I like the name of the group. Reminds me of the old the rap group, The Firm. I don't know if anyone no. All right. But you got me, Matt. So yeah, I love the theme song, and I love the fact that everybody has a goal. I think that that's cool. I like the fact that they may not be seen too much as a faction. They're all going to be doing their separate own thing, but then you can always see them be like allied with each other. So yeah, it's different. It's something fresh. There's a lot of factions in AEW, but this seems like a fresh concept. So I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I'm going to give this a damn chance because now we get to see the potential Lee Moriarty. We might see Ethan Page probably win the All-Atlantic in Canada maybe when they go over there in October. hope so, because he fucking deserves a fucking win for once in his fucking life. Ethan Page is underrated. He's fucking underrated, damn it.
Tony Khan. The shadow of Jason Alexander. I mean, Josh Alexander.
God, he's underrated, man. Fucking Tony Khan. You better
give me what I want.
Yes, please. Do that to me.
It's funny because if you think about Josh Alexander and Ethan Page, I always thought Ethan Page was going to be the one to break out because he had more of the personality. It seems like Josh Alexander is now taking like the ball and running with it because AEW hasn't really done anything with Ethan Page, and it's a shame because, like Ivan said, so underrated, great talker, great wrestler, has good size. I don't know what they're waiting for. So now's the time.
No idea. And I'm happy for the Ass Boys, for them to finally get out of that dark and elevation YouTube, and now they're on national platform television. And I'm happy that they're getting their moment. That's why I said this weeks ago. I said we're gonna see that rivalry between them and the Acclaim is gonna come back. It will come back, and they're gonna be the top future heel of the tag team division. And I will not be mad if they win the damn tag team titles. I will not be upset. Or I would not be upset if them and W. Morrissey win the trios titles. I would not be upset with that either. I mean, that's something that'll be great. Now you have 5 individuals that can go for all these titles that the AEW has, and it's going to be entertaining because now you have fresh, new storylines with other wrestlers, not just only the same old ones. So that's what I'm really intrigued, and I'm hoping that we're going to see a lot of great, good shit coming out of this. And speaking of good shit, I think this was a good shit, and that is, of course, Jungle Boy. This is Jay Dito. But I feel bad for my boy, Jay Dito, man. They're making him a jobber, man. This guy's a fucking legend. This guy is a pioneer in TNA and Impact. And what has he been doing as of late in AEW? It's fucking losing, putting everybody over. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, what's going on? Wrestling Chop Chop. Oh, Chop Chop.
Good for now.
There you go. Well, so they're keeping it 100. But yes, I mean, I just really feel bad for Jalito. The Jungle Boy, okay, they brought him back after what happened at All Out. And so I want to know what the hell is going on with this, because this is like, I like the match. However, I don't know where this is going out for both of them. So I don't know if you saw the match to this, but you tell me, well, what are your thoughts about this Luchasaurus Jungle Boy and Jalito being on a losing streak? Give us your thoughts. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby.
Me, I was honestly personally excited that he separated himself from. I don't know why. I had been wanting this. When he was injured and he was gone, and he went with Christian Cage, I was so mad. I mean, I was so happy. I was mad. What the fuck? No, I was not. I was so happy because I loved him going. I was waiting for this. I was like, okay, I want him. I don't know why I was ready for them to split and because Jungle Boy is amazing, even as a singles competitor. So I thought that they were ready to both do like their own thing. And I was like, okay, I know they're just gonna split, but I was hoping that it would at least be, something like amazing. So I like that they turned them against each other, because it was somebody that you don't expect that was going to turn on each other. So, but for me, I had called it since he went back to him and he never went back to his original color. He stayed at black. I was like, there's no way that this dude is behind him 100%. Like, and I was so excited when it happened. I was like, yes. Like, I've been waiting for that. And I was like, because for me, I was ready for them to just split and just do their own thing. So to see them back, when Jungle Boy came back, he was like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I'm going to stand with you. And I was like, no. I was like, why? And then he didn't switch colors. And I was like, why? So I was kind of like, are you hinting that you're not switching sides? Like, yeah. I was like, and I think that got me excited. So when it actually happened, I was like, yes, thank you. And then I was happy. And after that, now I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like it. So I'm all for it. But for Jungle Boy to be losing, honestly, I didn't, I don't know. I didn't think he would be on a losing streak, because I thought he was one of like everyone's favorites and in the backstage. So I was like, he's probably going to just keep winning. But I mean, this match particularly, I cannot say anything because I did not watch it. But the whole Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus thing, I was all for it. I'm all for it, and I love it, and I hope that their theme storyline stuff doesn't end yet, because it is to be continued still.
Oh man, that's just the beginning. I tell you that. So
It's just like, and then with Christian like being injured, and I know that he's gonna come back, and I hope that he kind of still stays in it, because this dude was mad going hard on the mic. So if he can continue that, even being injured, he can still stay on top of this storyline, and then just just have Luchasaurus be, you know, the guy just putting in the work in the ring while he's, you know, being the puppet master, I guess you can say. But
definitely love it. I love it.
I love it.
Dude, you always get me with that. You always get me with that.
I know where it's going, but I don't know why it's not there yet. They, if you haven't noticed, have been referring to Jungle Boy as Jack Perry. They're even putting it on his title cards. He's obviously losing.
You took the words out of my mouth, Chris.
The character a little bit, which is the natural evolution from going from Jungle Boy to Jungle Man. I was okay with Luchasaurus turning on him the first time. I was okay with. I know that the Christian match was protected because Christian was injured, so he took a quick L, I believe is what happened. And the whole storyline is that he just has to beat them both to become Jungle Man, and then it's over. And that should have happened already. I don't know
Jungle
why they.
Man.
He can't evolve until he unlocks that level.
Just call him Tarzan, bro.
Yeah. I don't know why, unless they're trying to buy time to get Christian back to putting on a better match because of his injury.
But he's not.
Yeah, I don't know why they were like, okay, Luchasaurus, you're heel. Just kidding, go back to face. Just kidding, go back to heel. He's the big show of AEW right now, and it's got to not happen. It's got to be over with. I don't know what's taking so long besides an injury that you could just settle that with Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. Not main eventing, but like being like a third from the top on a pay-per-view match. That's the only way to get it over with, and it has to be over. Like
They would have such a great
done.
match.
It would be fantastic because they've been training each other since they were like 9.
They could have did that shit next week at Grand Slam. I don't know why they're waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
Full gear is gonna wait, man.
And the entrance of AEW running storylines a little too long. This is on the list for sure.
Exactly. If they do wait till Full Gear, then it's just going to be stretched out, just like the Christian Cage whole feud.
Yeah,
And
they're not waiting to come to Jungle Boy's hometown because we got shit here. I live literally in Valley Village, so it's like Staples Center, Crypto Arena. AEW's not
Crypto, the crypto.
It's
the
Staples
crypto.
Center.
Oh,
Stop it.
I don't like it either. Don't worry, I don't like it either.
Out of respect for Kobe, I'm calling it the Crypt. That's what it is.
Yeah, the Crypt.
Oh, yeah, no, that's it. I think we all feel the same way that it should be over, and he's evolving out of the Jungle Boy character.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Matt Callis.
Jungle Man. Oh my God.
Jungle Man.
You know,
he's on. Yeah,
he has such a baby face. Oh my God, look at him.
Very true. No, so it's two big things. Chris definitely pointed it out, but I think I gotta extrapolate like even further on like how far he would take this, because I think other than I think they said Video Village at one time, so I think it might be like Hollywood Jack Perry.
I would hate that.
Yeah, it might be this heel thing. But I don't know.
His finisher could be the Peach Pit.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
That is a very obscure joke, and if you don't get it, it's because
he comes out to the ring with Jenny Garth and
I don't get it.
Don't get it.
I don't get it.
All right, so his dad,
because his dad
was an actor named Luke Perry. Luke Perry played a character named Dylan on a hit like drama TV show in the early 90s called Beverly Hills 90210.
My mom loves that show.
You're a baby. You're a baby, Florian. On that show, after school, they will all hang out at a local diner called the Peach Pit.
So,
Yeah.
and on that show, it was Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who was from Saved by the Bell. They had Jenny
Tori
Garth.
Spelling was on there.
Definitely. Are you sure? Was she wasn't a main character at all? Because I don't
She
remember.
wasn't a main character. She was like a villain who showed up like later on. But
Right.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Jenny Garth, and kind of the main rival of Luke Perry was Jason Priestley. So
Well, no, you got it backwards, homie. Jason Priestley was the good boy. Luke Perry was the bad boy.
Oh, so they're rivals though. They're rivals.
Yeah, but Luke Perry was the heel because he had like the leather jacket and the motorcycle, and he was like the bad boy character.
So, and that's Jungle Boy's dad. So I think what they would, and it doesn't have to call him Hollywood Jack though. I think it would.
I would hate that. That's too much. That's too much like Steve Austin and Brian Pillman.
Yeah, because you remember.
Or Hogan.
You remember when The Rock had his Hollywood gimmick when he was heel, like in like 03, I think 02, 03, and he was like Hollywood Rock, so he might wear sunglasses and act like a douchebag. So that might be like heel Jack Perry, like later on.
Nah, I say Jack Perry should go a little bit more serious, but still a face. Have him in like a respectable feud with Hook, where they're both kind of the good guy anti-heroes, and then maybe move him into the Blackpool Combat Club. Have him like fight Wheeler Yuta for a position in the club, something like that.
That might be
kind of like what they're doing to Dante Martin. That's sort of
applications are not being accepted at the moment.
I know what they're doing.
Just get rid of Wheeler Yuta. That's all you have to do. This whole thing, just get rid of Wheeler Yuta.
I know what they're doing with Jay Lethal right now, though, because the main thing with Jay
Lethal can still be a legend. I feel
they're giving him the Tanahashi treatment, except he's a heel, because Tanahashi is like 80% babyface most of the time, like 85%. But what they're using for Tanahashi for in New Japan is that they're using him to lose to newer guys to make them look better, because he's like an 8-time champion. So and Jay Lethal has a lot of like history winning championships and being the main guy and being the top guy at Ring of Honor. So it's like, oh, if you beat him, that means you're a future top guy or something like that. That's the message they're trying to put in. But except he's in the heel position, so
Yeah.
So I know what they're doing, but I know what they're doing. I just don't like it.
I knew it. That's why I was waiting for your answer for that.
Because I love Jay Lethal, so I know what they're doing. I don't like it.
Okay. All right, De Niro, talk to me, my brother.
I agree with what everybody's saying. Like, I hope that they do pull the trigger on Luchasaurus and Jack Perry soon, because I don't want this to be another like long dragged out storyline. But this matchup itself was a really good matchup. There was a lot of good chemistry between them. But I understand what they're doing with Jay Lethal too. I just don't like it, like Matt said, because I'm a big Jay Lethal fan. Like when Jay Lethal signed to AEW, I thought that this was going to be one of their top guys, and he's just not at that level in AEW. But everywhere else, like he's been a top guy. So I don't know why. Like in my opinion, he's one of the best wrestlers never to go to WWE, and he's here and he's not being treated as such. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're waiting for the Ring of Honor show to start and he could be a top guy there, but
same.
I don't know. I just feel like you're wasting talent
They should be
here
taking
because
advantage.
exactly, like, he's not at the, I'm not going to say he's at like the twilight of his career because he's still pretty young. He started really early. He was in TNA at like 17. So
he's younger than Bobby Fish, I think.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still got some time on him, but still, I mean, like his bump card, like for no reason, is like going up because he's having all these matches where it's like either squashes or he's just not getting put over. And right now, if you look at Jay Lethal, I feel like his stock actually dropped since joining AEW.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. All right, then we're gonna move on to the next matchup here. Oh, I was excited for this one. This one right here, the AEW World Tag Team Championship, Lucha Bros versus Swerve versus Glory. I want to say, look, this was. I need to fucking look for it. Where the fuck? I did. Why? Because I saw something that I thought Keith D would ever do. And he took a fucking Canadian destroyer.
My face when that happened was like this.
It's a big man to be landing on his head.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can understand Undertaker throwing lightning, coming back from the dead. Cody Rhodes fighting with a torn pec. Whatever, the Fiend like killing people and then they come back as like princesses, whatever the fuck. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe that the Canadian Destroyer on Keith Lee was real. That's wrestling's favorite. Okay.
This is what exposed it to me.
That proves it.
That proves it.
Honestly, I have to go back to rewatch this match because I didn't even get this far into the.
And it was a Whisper in the Worm variation.
And I'm sad because I
the
paused it
variation.
exactly here because I wanted to watch this. I was excited for this because of, oh my God, these guys. I the way that you guys are describing, I need to watch this because I'm a huge fan of Keith Lee because
jumped
of
off someone
how
to hit it too. I think.
damn, these dudes are so freaking amazing in the ring, and I
That
really
looks like
want to
Sammy
watch
Guevara,
this
by
match.
the way. Ray Phoenix looks like Sammy.
Shit.
You gotta, when we're done, you gotta watch it because you're gonna be like, that's how you're gonna be.
I'm gonna play it right now so we can all watch it together. No, I'm just kidding.
Doing a watch along.
We're gonna do a watch along now.
But I really enjoyed this. Shout out to Earl Crow, by the way. Thank you for coming in on the chat. But I really enjoyed this match. It got the whole crowd going. I'll tell you that. And I did it, and I was really enjoying that. I still didn't get the whole, okay, why do you have the Acclaim out? Okay, you called them out. I know they're building up for the matchup. It's just weird that we haven't seen 2 weeks in a row, not really rap, dissing rap from, Max Caster. But, he just did it without the music. Cool. But I'm looking forward for Grand Slam for sure. But this match, it kind of woke up the people. Oh, shit. I swear, seeing Keith Lee going through that, I did not expect that. And he sold it. He fucking sold it. But kudos to these four gentlemen. This is why honestly, this is what I thought. And I know this is not off the subject about it. I know people wanted best friends to win the trios titles. But however, if you did not give the Lucha Brothers this, they're gonna be like the one speaking in Spanish to Tony Khan. Mira, hijo de puta madre, I want out. Give me my money, mi dinero. Like, hey, take it out too. You don't want that to happen, TK. You need these guys because they can go anywhere else in the world. Any promotion besides WWE. You better please these guys because these are your top quality talents that you need in that division, tag team or trios, whatever it is, to keep that momentum going. Because you see the whole crowd is into it. You don't want to lose this. Don't want to lose that asset. You do. You fuck it up, Tony. Then yeah. I don't know about your division, but yes. All right. Okay. So, director, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have been. Maybe it was not supposed to happen on Dynamite, but I wouldn't have been mad if they actually won these belts and then we're like the Mexican FTR, just had all the gold. And
I wanted that to happen.
I wouldn't have been mad at it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you would go on to have a feud with FTR, and winner takes all except for the trio stylists. Unless you put Wardlow in with FTR, and then they do that too. Which
that would be awesome. I'm sorry, I would love that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, the right belts are on Lucha Bros. Best friends are going to have to get it eventually because they were, in my opinion, the first trios of AEW. Yeah, just good match, solid match in the Canadian Destroyer. Wow, just insane.
Yeah.
Solid match, probably the match tonight.
Oh man, yeah, I believe so. I mean, Liz, do you feel like Tony Khan did the right move for him to put these belts on Pac and the Lucha Bros?
Oh,
if he wouldn't have done that?
Absolutely. For me, honestly, I was rooting for the Elite, for them to win because I was like, I don't know why. Of course, inaugural, and this was long overdue since this company even opened. Because this was I feel like yes, they're adding so many titles to their roster, but I think this was one of those titles that everybody had expected a very long time ago. And I feel like we expected it to be the Elite. So I feel like it kind of it happened that way, but then you had, the chaos happen. And I feel like the proper people to put it on was Death Triangle. So honestly, for me, I was super stoked for them to win and for Pac to be like the first ever person to be able to be holding two titles.
Tupac.
Oh yes, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yes. So I feel it. Honestly, I love it. I like this. And this match, I definitely do have to watch it.
You definitely
I have
gotta
to watch
it,
this.
girl.
I have to watch this because this was, I'm telling you, I got here and I paused it because I wanted to really like watch this and I didn't even get to go back to it. So I have to watch this match because Keith Lee, honestly, a lot of people, no matter how much this guy puts out work, a lot of people still don't give him credit for his size.
Big facts.
This dude is insanely talented and athletic for his size. Like, not, his this dude is huge. Like, he's tall as hell. Like, not anybody can just pick up their weight like that. Like, that is insane. This guy is so impressive, and I feel like he's not credited for that at all. Like, they're just like, oh, just someone else flying because that's the thing right now. That's the trend. But I don't think he gets the credit that he does for everything all the work that he puts in. So honestly, that's the only reason why I love both of these teams. But that they kept the championships, I'm happy about that, because we all knew that they were going to have it, and for them to tease us that they were going to be turning on each other, and for them to just lose it while they're besties right now, I don't think it would have been the way to go. So honestly, I feel like I know who won, but I just didn't watch it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's just go. Let's fucking go. Because, and I love what you said, a good point about Keith Lee, because you saw, well, I don't know, everybody saw the whole Mia Yim, this is why. Yeah, it pisses. Okay, if you have fans out there, the wrestling community, the IWC community especially, have respect, man. I mean, this guy almost fucking lost his life, and you're comparing him to Walter that lost his weight, and you're saying, well, if he did it, how come Keith can't do it? Mia had to come and retaliate, like, motherfucker, he almost lost his life. Hello? I mean, how is he when he's expected to lose his weight? Like, pathetic. It's fucking pathetic how people don't, you see what you see on television. People are human beings just like us. Like, have respect. Like, fuck, man. It's disappointing to see that, it just, and see Mia Yim. I mean, I don't blame her to step up for her husband. Why would you compare him to Gunther? Made his decision on his own. That's his life. That's his personal, decision. Keith Lee, so you can't compare that. That's something that should never be compared. And like how you mentioned, is like Keith Lee is extremely underrated, and for his size, he can move like a 205 guy. Like, what else do you want from this guy? To lose weight? I mean, that's his choice.
Like, I feel like he doesn't need to. Like, this dude's great in the ring. Like, it's just, he's talented. And I feel like he should be appreciated for that. That dude doesn't get the flowers that he deserves. That's why I like that Swerve post that shit. He posted that as their caption with that, to give them their flowers. Like, yes, bitch, give them their flowers because they deserve it. Swerve is hella talented too. So for them to be together, I was hella hyped when this happened, because a lot of people didn't think it was going to work out. A lot of people had, to say about it, because they're two people that should be singles competitors. But are we kidding? AEW is not full of, there's no singles competitors. Everybody's linked up with somebody. So the fact that they're at least linking up together, staying within their own lane and just fucking with each other, like, that's it. I love it. I'm all for it, because they're extremely talented, and they're not about to go get into some mess with somebody that they're not really vibing with, when they can just vibe with each other and have each other's backs, because they're great in the ring and out of the ring. So I like them, and I love, everybody's great. I love it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Matt Callis, take it away.
So, first and foremost, especially about Keith Lee, I definitely want to say this about, like, people kind of criticize big men and men with like big stomachs and stuff like that, and sumo wrestlers. I gotta show body positivity towards big men. And for those that kind of criticize men for like having big bodies, like I think a lot of those people don't know anything about like sumo wrestlers and how healthy they really are. Because like what
that right there is the key word for all of this, in my opinion, health. That's it.
Yep. Health. That's the main thing. And their diet is very healthy. It's very, the chanko nabe, it's like boiled napa cabbage and a lot of other stuff. Great, vegetables and stuff like that. And, that's a big stomach full of healthy food. So, and that's something a lot of uneducated people who criticize, these big men don't know about. So get educated. Don't criticize big men. Much love. So with that
you gotta love your fat boys, man.
Yeah,
right here, baby, right here.
Wow, big boys.
I'm chubby, still.
In addition to that, the other big thing is I'm down to see this match again as a trios, or I'm even down to see this as a quad, because I think one thing I kind of want to see is, because I've seen the Lucha Bros tag with the Laredo Kid, and it would be kind of cool to see Lucha Bros, Pac, and Laredo Kid 4 versus Keith Lee, Swerve, and 2 other guys. I don't care who, as if they make it work, it'll be cool. I'll see that. I'm down to see that next week, and I'm down to see the trios match next week, and I'm down to see the quad match the following week, the 8-man. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with seeing this repeatedly, because if there's any other name I'd call the Lucha Bros is they're magicians. They both on the ground and in the air. They make it very interesting, because what was it, that package pile driver is it's a big man move. It's a power move. It's a throw. It's not a high flyer. So that's great for the ground style. Even without flying, Pentagons is if there's a match where he doesn't fly, it's still good. And with a match where he does fly, it's good. So either or is good. It's good without the spice, and it's good without the spice. It's good with the spice and without. So, that's the whole thing. I'm down to see this again, the trio and the quad.
Love it, love it, love it. And that is brought to you by that's curveball right there.
Yeah, not yet. That'll be later.
You have a curveball waiting for us?
He usually gives us a heads up. He gives us a heads up. He's like, "Are you ready? Are you ready for it?" Yeah, he's like, "Are you ready?"
You have to get your baseball bat out.
And then when he's about to throw it, that's when you press the button.
Or your catcher's mitt. One of the two.
But just like everyone said, this matchup was great, and I can't wait to see it again. I like the fact that this matchup wasn't advertised for the show beforehand. I like that, I've been saying that AEW, when they put out the whole show beforehand on Twitter and on Instagram, there's no surprises on the show. So when you have a match like this, just announced during the show, it's a nice surprise. And I think that they need to do more of that. But this matchup was great. I was saying, I think Swerve had amazing chemistry with the Lucha Brothers. And I was trying to, remember, did they wrestle each other? And then I realized, yeah, he was Killshot in Lucha Underground. I'm sure he had matches against Phoenix and Pentagon in the past. But definitely, he meshed really well with them. And Keith Lee, like everyone said, is been one of my favorite wrestlers for a long time. I love Keith Lee. He's the man. His theme song always happens to be one of my favorite theme songs on whatever promotion he's at. So, shout out to his theme songs, because his current theme song is fire. But, yeah, I just want to see more of this. This is great. Surprise us with a great matchup that's not announced for the show. Put it on during the show and have us all talking about it, because that's what's going to make people tune in when that, hey, anything can happen. Great matches are shown no matter what the card is. And, yeah, I love it. I think that's AEW having faith in their product, because if they didn't have faith in their product, they would just announce everything beforehand so people will tune in. Here, they had the faith that people are going to tune in anyway, so we could give you this gem without announcing it. So I think that's really cool to see them do that.
Love that. And speaking of faith in their talent, we want to talk about Faith. Let's talk about Faith Women's Division, because this is where I'm glad that Liz is here, because besides Liz is another person with the IQ with everything of professional wrestling and women's too. But this in the other hand, okay, I know the match was a little bit, wasn't the best. That's this tag team match between Senorita Deeb and Britt Baker and Athena and Toni Storm. People, what I've been reading, what I've been seeing, just people are burying the fact that why they're adding Athena. I know Shida got hurt. I don't know what happened. The details is added Athena to this plot line. And now next week we're going to have Grand Slam Fatal 4-Way for the women's title. Everybody's like, where is Jamie Hayter? Why she's not added? it's just everybody's really questioning the booking of Athena, especially. Nothing has been by far since she came to AEW has not been the best booking of what people are saying in the IWC. But besides that, I mean, obviously, two-part question. The match overall, well, the match for me, I'll digress very quick. It was okay. I'm glad Athena was able to get her hands on Britt Baker. I'd love to see that, but I'm going to keep digressing no matter what. This women's division, you talk about putting face on the talent. He needs to put in face on the women's roster and give them their fucking top, the platform, their time. Give them their time, not just an 8-minute promo. I mean, a 30-second promo, or not only just one match. Give us 2 matches. Develop story. Make the story make sense. I'm just really not happy with the women's division right now. I'm just not. And look at Ruby Soho. What have you done with Ruby Soho? That's where I'm upset.
Look where we were at a year ago. Grand Slam last year was main evented by Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. And now going to Grand Slam this year, it's like there's no love for the women, and it's crazy.
Her destination's unknown.
See what you did there.
Yeah, I see what you did. Yes, I see what you did there, man. But I just still, it's just like, oh man, with yes, with Chris Statler out of the picture. I mean, and Thunder Rosa too. But that's another thing too. How it's just bad booking. I can't blame the ladies on this. I feel there's bad booking. You're not giving me a story. Give me a fucking reason why. And with Jay too, give her something going.
Where is Jay? Champion. She's a champion. Where the fuck is she? TBS champion who's never on TBS. That's wild.
She's on TNT.
That's wild.
Right?
Makes no goddamn sense. I've been saying it for months. The TBS champion should be defended every week on Dynamite, and the TNT title should be defended every week on Rampage, being that one's on TBS and one's on TNT. It writes itself. Come on.
Pretty much. No, but I completely agree with the women's division. They just completely just kind of, it's like they were starting to give them their time, their shine, making their superstars. And of course, Britt Baker being, the pillar of that women's division, of it just even starting and everything. But I think with Jamie Hayter, everything that she had going on, I thought everything was going good. And then as soon as they started pushing Jamie, I was like, okay, hell yeah. I was like, we're going to start seeing this. And she's amazing. This girl's bad. So for me, I was like, I was so excited, honestly, this for the interim. I was like, if it's not Toni Storm, it has to be Jamie Hayter. I was like, yes. I knew it was not going to go on Britt Baker, no matter how much of people were probably going to cheer for that because it's Britt Baker. But for me, my top 2 picks were Toni Storm or it was Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter has really put in that work for that little time that they are given. So this girl has been impressive. So I am going to give it to the little time that they have used to try to make the most of it. But they have put no attention in this women's division, and it's sad. It's so sad because there's so many women that are talented, and not only that, there's so many women that are upcoming that can be training basically with these amazing women that, how long are they going to have the opportunity to be in a ring with them or have a full storyline that you can legit remember? And I don't know. I feel like in this booking period of women in this past year is a no-go for me, and it's really sad. And the little time that they do get, I do give it to them, and I appreciate the work that they do put in, but they're not getting what they deserve. So Tony, do better.
Yeah.
And then you see WWE on the other hand, and the women are all over that show, and it's fucking amazing. Come on.
Now you're getting 50-50. You're getting both. I love it. I like where they're going with that because I was excited the fact that that Triple H was going to take over because I was like, okay, the women's are going to start picking back up. They're going to start pushing the women again because him and Stephanie were about pushing the women's division because Vince didn't. Now looking at the US title getting pushed as well and all of that stuff, but that's a whole other conversation. But either way, yes, they're doing everything in all the little parts that was missing to be able to start making everything all exciting. And here is like he's focusing on all the stuff of what we all like, all the hardcore stuff where we want to see Jon Moxley having like a street fight instead of focusing on just putting a match with somebody good and then just having a dope ass women's match and making it even. But they're not getting it, so yes, I'll pass it along.
Can I just respond to Dan in the chat? Real quick, like I feel like that's weak because regardless if she's in short matches or good matches, Jade, she's green, but she still is money. Like Jade has a great character. She's a great talker. And her matches are not like horrible piss poor matches.
Yeah.
Her matches are still good. Like they're decent enough to be on TV and I'm not like skipping them. I feel like she demands the camera, and when she's on TV, she's demanding of your attention. So why not push that? And if you're not going to put her in the ring, she's not going to get better. You can't just say, oh, well, she's not good. How does she get better if she's not wrestling? You got to put her in the ring. Let her wrestle more.
Agreed.
Thanks.
That's facts, 100%. Indeed. Director, take it away.
So the angle with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker is going to go on a little bit longer. It's not past its prime just yet. I think that Hayter is going to turn on Britt Baker, but she's going to do it by beating Toni Storm for the belt, and that was the intended outcome. That's going to be in the future. It wasn't supposed to happen at that 4-way match. She is not going to forgive Britt Baker, but she's going to be like, bitch, this is how you get the job done. And that's why she keeps taking it.
Yeah.
That's why she's mad at Baker, but she hits Storm with the chair. She's like, I'm gonna show you what's up. And she's gonna get that belt. And then I think it's gonna be upgraded to undisputed women's title. And then Britt Baker's gonna be like, fine.
No pun intended, right? Adam Cole, baby.
Right. So that is how I would like that storyline to go, because Hayter has put in the work, and Toni Storm has also put in the work. But she's a good guy, and no one cares about a good guy champion. It's always about the heel. And I think Hayter is going to kind of be sort of like Becky Lynch, sort of the man character, where like she's good enough to be liked, but she still doesn't care if you like her or not. And I like that for her. Jade Cargill is putting in the work behind the scenes to get better, and I love that. I have no issues with Jade Cargill at all. She is definitely money. She has the part. She has the talent. She puts in the work. She's with the right people. Give her time.
Training with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, exactly. She'll definitely be. I mean, she may not be one of the best wrestlers in the world, but she'll definitely want to be the hardest working, for sure. And that's all I got. Women's division has always been kind of a disarray in AEW. It's never like ever been competitive with what the main roster has. So they're doing what they can, I guess. I don't know what needs to be fixed at this point because they obviously haven't done it, but I don't hate it.
Well, they need to start making.
Or make movies.
You got to start making movies with the women, man.
They need
Somehow,
some
some way.
storyline.
That's what I'm saying.
Stories,
Yeah. Yes.
If that's all it takes, then yeah, that's fine. That's cool because I don't think it's lack of talent at all. Because
at all.
Serena Deeb is one of the best of all time. She's trained some of the best of all time and trained by.
Yes.
Athena obviously has been doing the damn thing for a long time. Britt Baker is one of the best. Britt Baker is one of the few people I could put in a list with main roster women for sure.
Yeah.
Like she could definitely get in there and hold her own with like Sasha Banks or Bayley, and it would be a great match. So,
and Toni Storm is great too. Like Toni Storm is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally agree, man. I'm telling you that women's division needs
aggression.
That's what it does need. That's for sure. That's what it does need. TK, take some lessons over here. All right.
They need some love.
Yeah. Yes, they need some love. That's for sure. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right. So here's one of the biggest connectors, I guess, for the storyline. One of the biggest things Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter have in common is their history with Stardom Wrestling. The faction that Jamie Hayter joined in Stardom is called Odo Tai, and they're kind of like the main heel faction in Stardom. And Jamie Hayter and Bea Priestley both kind of joined around the same time. And the leader of Odotai at that time, her name was Kagetsu, and she's currently retired now. But Kagetsu defeated Toni Storm for the World of Stardom Championship, the world title.
Yes.
So that, I think, one of the things that AEW should do is kind of like a forbidden door with the women's division, with Tokyo Joshi Pro and Stardom, and especially with Joshi's, and maybe show some past footage of both Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter from their Stardom days, because that's kind of like, I think my favorite version of Jamie was her from her Stardom days. So if they showed some of that past footage, because they're showing Chris Jericho from like the 90s, and that footage is harder to get a hold of. The women's Stardom, the recent Stardom footage from like the 2010s, where Jamie was there and Tony was there, that's easy to get a hold of. So I mean, Tony's got no excuse. He's just got to shell those dollars out for it. Shell that yen out, Tony.
Yeah, I love that.
Shell it out from one Tony to another Tony. You know, so a little bit of the past history. You know, if there's a women's forbidden door that they could do, you know, it would. You know, you could have. You know, I think you could still have men's matches on the card, but I'm just saying that would be like a good main event, something based on that. So.
He did trademark All Elite Women, so I'm waiting what's he gonna do from there. Which he should have been fighting it now.
There's the Ring of Honor Women's title. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, where's Mercedes?
Yeah.
Well, we're not spoilers. We're not dirt sheets. But you'll see Rampage and you'll find out.
See Rampage. Why? What do you know that I don't?
No, it's just someone made a comment that they're gonna bring someone back, and I have a feeling we're gonna see that person. But that's what I read. But I mean, I'm gonna see Rampage. No.
What?
Oh, okay.
A New Yorker from the Bronx, baby. No offense.
A woman?
No offense, Nero. Don't get mad at me, bro.
I'm not from the Bronx. Don't worry.
From the Bronx.
I'm not from the Bronx.
He's in New York, though. He's in New York.
Completely different side of.
We got a little bit of the beach of the Bronx. Or
He's
fuck
like,
Bronx.
you
No,
can
I'm
make
just
fun of
joking.
him all you want.
Whoa.
We're not trying to start no gang wars here. Stop.
Right. No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting! Good. Get the fucking...
I love the Osprey.
Dude, Ivan was about to start the West Coast East Coast war again. Like,
right? Shit.
Hell no.
You gotta write a new hit 'em up.
No. Well, go ahead and take it away, my brother.
I thought the matchup was decent. I think next week, all four women against each other is going to be even better. But yeah, like I think the women need more time. It is as simple as giving them more than one matchup a week. That's easy. I think that, come on, you have two divisions within the women. You have a TBS title division and you have a women's world title division. So it's easy to have two storylines brewing at the same time, which will give women more time and more storylines and more titles to go after. So I think that the fix is literally just giving them more time. That's it. But as for this matchup, yeah, every female here is very, very talented. And I'm excited for Grand Slam next week because I think the four-way is going to be a lot better than the tag match.
are you gonna be there?
Nah.
No.
Boo.
But I do have something brewing though. I do have something.
Oh no, man! Right, besides beer.
Besides beer.
I mean, should I announce it here, or
it's up to you.
So yeah, next Wednesday is episode 250 of the Wrestling Delorean Podcast, and whether I'm going to the show or not, I will be doing it live at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just be going home after.
Yeah, you never know
because of the travel.
You never know. Oh, you want to come in? All right, you part of the media? Come on in. You never know.
Word. Let me get a press pass. Like, stop playing around, AEW.
Speaking of stop playing around, it's time for the main event for the evening. And that is, of course, the Gajote. The Gajote himself, Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson in the semifinal. And for the Grand Slam Tournament of Champions. This is I loved it. I can say very brief. I'm not gonna digress shortly. I enjoyed it better than I think this match is better than the one on All Out. So if you haven't seen the list, go back and watch it. This match is better than the All Out. This match is better than part 2 was better than one, in my opinion.
Damn.
You know,
Why does it look like I'm licking Danielson's ear?
Right, because you definitely are.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Bro, no, what's going on here?
But now we get the match that everybody been waiting for. In the finals, you will have Moxley and Bryan. We'll talk about that after this one. And I know director, he has to go to work anyway. So I'm going to let director take the floor on this one and pass it around to Liz and then Matt and De Niro. I'll be right back, but take it away, director.
Yeah, good match, obviously, because these two beasts have been doing it for 40 years. I thought Jericho lost, right?
Yeah.
I definitely watched the match, but like I was confused on which. Yeah, Jericho should have won. I would have loved that. That would have been hilarious. I would have loved to have seen how Blackpool deals with their number 1 becoming number 2. Good storytelling in the ring, though. That I could not tell if that suplex to the outside and Bryan's ankle. I don't know how he faked that. That looked so.
Real, yeah.
If that was a kayfabe like injury, I would have been like, of course it was. And I was like, oh, that's just setting up the Walls of Jericho for sure, and that's going to be a wrap. So now we have Daniel Bryan versus Moxley in the finals. And that's the match that started off. That's the reason Blackpool Combat Club is a thing, is because those guys started with a match.
Word.
So it's some closure. It comes full circle, and I have no idea who's winning that. It definitely can't be Moxley, though. We can't have a 3-timer for sure. So it's going to be Daniel Bryan, and he's going to hold it for like 5 years. He's going to hold it. That's all that
people complain about Roman Reigns. Imagine 5-year reign.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna hold it until AEW folds next year.
Oh my god! So not 5, but
are you really predicting that they're folding next year?
I don't know. I don't want it to happen, but shit's getting wild. If that elite CM Punk thing is not a work, I don't give them a lot of time.
I'm right there with you.
Damn, that's true. That's crazy.
They're going to see on Dark Side of the Ring. We're going to have you on Dark Side of the Ring saying, I predicted it a year before.
I know, right? And with all that important information that Ivan missed, he's going to have to go back and watch the episode because I just dropped some all.
Yeah, you just dropped a bomb on us.
What did he drop? Oh, I'll go back and watch it. Yeah, my apologies. The misses, yeah, but yeah.
It's all good.
But no, man. Matt Callis, take it away. Sorry.
You ready for curveball?
Oh,
here we
shit.
go.
No, here we
Ready.
go.
Let's go.
I should actually keep a baseball on me for once. But
Don't
guys,
accidentally throw it at your screen, though.
but who's got a catcher's mitt and who's got a baseball bat?
Liz
I got
has
a barbed wire bat back here.
Yeah, there.
Hold on.
Go for
I
it.
saw it in your pictures. She ain't playing. She does.
I'm not playing.
I've got like 5 of them right now. There you go.
God damn.
Oh shit, bro! You almost hit my face.
My mom always said no throwing in the house.
I was trying to get that thing down from the top shelf with it. So it seemed inevitable that Bryan Danielson won because him losing 2 times in a row would, it'd be kind of sad and, not make sense. One of the things I really like is I like it when people actually tap out because I remember like watching 2002 WWE, there was a lot of people breaking up submissions and I was always sad whenever, it didn't equal a tap out. So, so I'm happy to see somebody tap out to a submission on a show. And I think the other thing that that's my curveball, like after Danielson should beat Moxley, But I think one of the things that should happen is, I think Bryan Danielson's defenses are going to be really good. And I think the number one contender matches for Bryan Danielson might be better than, I might look forward to those more than the title defenses. Because I think, Bryan Danielson says like he wants to be first in line to face, Katsuyori Shibata, and that's going to be like one we've been waiting for. They could run back Bryan Danielson versus Marufuji, because you guys know Ivan knows my brainwave patterns. He could read my mind.
I already know where you're going with it. I already know. But go ahead.
I want that to happen.
Zack Sabre Jr. That never happened.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. That's another one. I want the Tetsuya Naito John Moxley rematch that would be like a cool number one contender that I want to see. I want that to happen, sooner than later. And then there's a lot of other ones on the way, but it's not too much of a curveball, but I think the defenses, the number one contenders, I'm going to look forward to more. And then I'm pretty sure his title reign is going to be pretty good because I think it'll help build a lot of new guys or people that not enough people know about. So, I want it to be a really close, if he's still going to kind of work the heel thing, maybe he holds on to the title by the skin of his teeth with some outside help. William Regal brings back the power of the punch with the brass knucks. So, who knows? Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be a good callback.
That would be definitely. De Niro.
I'm just happy that Bryan Danielson won. I didn't want him to lose to Jericho twice, but I just think that it's really awesome because if you remember after the whole media scrum drama, there was a talent meeting and Danielson, Moxley, and Jericho were 3 locker room leaders that stood up and like took charge of the locker room. And I think that's cool that all 3 of them was rewarded in this tournament with going to the finals and the semifinals. And I think that if you're going to take the title away from someone like CM Punk, who has a bunch of like fan power and notoriety, who better than Bryan Danielson to put that title on? I think he would be a perfect champion for AEW. And before the whole drama went down, Bryan Danielson was even in the conversation, and that's a shame because he's a fucking megastar. So I think it's dope. And if Bryan Danielson wins the title next week, I'm going to be happy. I'm a big Mox fan too, but I just think that we've been there, done that. Mox had a great title reign twice now, so I want to see something fresh, and I think we could get a lot of fresh matches with Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson versus MJF is fresh. The list goes on and on. You could just go down that roster. There's a lot of fresh matchups for Bryan Danielson, and I'm going to be more intrigued with that. So I'm just happy that they're going with that direction.
Yeah. We're going to get it. I really want to get into it, so let's get into that. I mean, honestly, I really want to get into who wins it. I mean, you mentioned it, obviously, but one more for the detail and the future of it, of course. Who takes it? Liz, who takes it? Who takes
I'm
it?
licking Homeboy's ear, so I'm going for
Word. If you're going to lick him, you might as well go for him.
Might as well go for it, right? So, no, for this one, honestly, because we all know that Moxley was supposed to go on vacation, and he's made it clear I was supposed to go on vacation. This is his like, hey, I'll be back, type of thing. So although we I would be happy if Moxley were to take again, but at the same time, I'd be like, well, then why didn't you just fucking give it to this fool instead of having a whole ass tournament, and stuff. But I mean, it brings the best out of people. So I can't really be mad about it if he were to become the first ever 3-time. But on this one, honestly, I never go against Moxley, but I am actually going for Danielson on this one. I do think he's going to be taking it. I think it is his time. And with Moxley letting it be known that he was supposed to be on vacay, he's going to take that vacation. And it's probably needed because it's been crazy back there. So I wouldn't blame him if he steps away for a little bit. So Danielson on this one, this one time.
I actually have a curveball. I mean, not to take Matt's gimmick, but if you want to quickly put my face on that video, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I mean, I look a little different, but Nah, so we got.
Bro, I freaking poked the shit out of my face with my nails.
I got my glove out. I even got my glove out.
Things are long.
Well,
right, so
here it is, right?
Oh, let's go. Catch.
So here's what I think may happen. So you got MJF calling out Moxley, and if you remember, MJF does have the right to cash in his Casino Battle Royal chip and get a title shot. I think that it would be huge if next week if Moxley beats Bryan Danielson and MJF cashes in afterwards and wins the title in his hometown. Queens is literally 30 minutes from Long Island. So in his hometown, biggest show of the year, biggest venue that AEW runs, MJF beats Moxley. He could destroy Moxley afterwards, whatever. The firm could help him, whatever it is. Moxley goes on his vacation, and then you have a storyline for when Moxley comes back, gets his revenge or tries to get his revenge on MJF. But it will be a crazy-ass swerve if you have MJF winning the title in his hometown next week without anybody even thinking about it. Because right now, everybody's talking about, is it Danielson or is it Moxley? That's when you get MJF come in, and it's like the shock of the fucking century.
Damn.
That is.
I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think I'll be mad either. To be honest,
I think MJ putting a belt on MJF right now is the greatest thing that you can do because he has so many people. Literally, back this dude literally trashed everybody, and they still cheered the shit out of him. Like,
yeah, that's a fact.
Like, this is the greatest, of fan base that he's had so far, being here, because I feel like it was picking up, but people still like to boo him. And with everything that happened or whatever, like people are fully behind him. That no matter what the fuck he does right now would be great, but if you were to put a title on him and have a legit reign, is the way to go if they were to do that. So I can definitely see that happening, and I would love to probably see that. I would love to see that happen. MJF for the title. Damn.
I think it's possible. I know Dan says in the chat, but can he do that because he has to use it to make a match? You can have Moxley win, MJF call out Moxley and say, hey, I'm next in line. And Moxley's the type of person to say, fuck it, let's do it right now. And then that's how you have MJF win. You can have the firm interfere. And so, yeah, it doesn't have to be like a Money in the Bank cash in where he like ruins the matchup. It could be, hey, Moxley wins and then you have MJF call him out. I guarantee you, watch next week. If there's like 10 minutes left in the show after Moxley wins, then you know something's about to happen. Because MJF is just calling him out every week. So you know something's about to go down.
That is true. Man, good. I like that. They got me thinking this. Possibilities are unknown. Yes, that's such good shit. It's good shit. That's what it is. Matt Callis.
If you guys remember the first Moxley MJF match, MJF really went the distance, and I was rooting for MJF because that first Moxley reign got really tired towards the end. Like I was going for Kingston, I was going for MJF, like I was okay, like his other defenses, but I was ready for MJF to win around that time. But with this being said, I think there's two ways you could go about this. You could either Danielson could win and then MJF could face Moxley for number one contender, or the other way around. Danielson could lose, and then MJF could face Danielson for number one contender. It was like even though you got the chip, I kind of want to, I think one of them is like, no, you got to go through me first. I think in booking, they call them a policeman. That's what Cornette called it. The guy you got to beat to get to the next guy, and especially if they're in the same faction together, that's like, you're definitely a policeman for the other. So, and then Moxley could go to the Bahamas and, sip Mai Tais and all the whole 9 yards. You go off. You could go visit Gordon Ramsay or something. I don't know.
Oh my God, no Gordon Ramsay. No.
Yeah, on his vacation, let him get some time off, and then maybe who knows? Like, oh, whoops, I bled on the soup.
Oh my God, no.
Gotta
That's
get
bad.
those Tam Mox pads.
Yep.
Oh man. The next one I want to ask you guys is we gotta get it next week, so might as well I want to, Pac, Orange Cassidy. Who takes this one? This is the one that I want to know. Liz, what do you gotta know?
My straight up answer is I hope Pac retains.
There we go. Love that.
That's just it's that plain and simple. I hope don't get me wrong. Cassidy has all the hype and everything, but I just hope Pac retains because he's great. He's amazing, and I just want to see him have a good title run with his own title aside from the trios. So I'm all for it. So I'm rooting on Pac on this one.
As Tupac, we want Tupac to be stay Tupac for sure. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Nero, who do you got in that one?
I really hope Pac retains. I don't know. Like, I like Orange Cassidy, but I don't know. I can't see him beating Pac. And especially right now, he's holding 2 titles. He's hot right now. I wouldn't take that title away from him. First of all, that punch on Dynamite looked weak as fuck to knock out Pac like that.
Oh my God. They fucked up on the camera angle.
Yeah, you needed a different camera angle because he clearly misses and Pac is on the ground. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. I feel like they might give it to Orange Cassidy, though. Even though I'm going for Pac, they might give it to Orange Cassidy because they've been feuding since AEW almost started. Since 2019, they've been feuding, and Pac always beats Orange Cassidy. And now that they have another title on Pac, who knows if that's their way of saying, hey, we need you here on Dynamite every week, and Orange Cassidy could go travel around a little bit defending that title. So I don't know if that's the reason why, but I hope Pac retains.
Retains, huh? I hope so too. And I hope you don't say, oh man, I don't know why you said Orange.
Really?
What's up with that?
That one always
Why? Okay, if Cassidy wins, I will be messaging the chat. I
don't want it to happen.
Oh man, see,
I'm
that's
saying
why I need exactly what Dan said. We need Ethan Page. Yes, for him to win it in Canada, I don't mind. He wins it in Toronto. Let him have it, damn it. Let him have it. Damn it. TK, make it happen. But Matt Callis, tell all these freaking
Stooge.
Your thoughts.
So I think Orange Cassidy winning would be a huge ovation from the audience because he's always been a fan favorite. But here's the thing about both Pac and Orange Cassidy is that they have a good relationship with the Indies. So either of them holding that title is really because it's the Indies and international. So like Orange Cassidy appearing at a big indie show in England, the UK or the East Coast or wherever. I think he'd do a good job in that position. But I think other than that, I think it's a good time for Orange Cassidy to prove himself. But if not, I think one of the other things that could happen in this match, it could either cause Orange Cassidy to win or lose, would probably be Kip Sabian's interference. Because remember, that's still going on. Kip Sabian, is trying to get even with Pac, and he's kind of getting on the situation. And, Ethan Page, he's probably coming in the picture. He's, who knows? We might even get a 4-way out of this. But I think having a title on a babyface like Orange Cassidy would be really good for the company, though, because a lot of the younger generation loves Orange Cassidy, especially like your like early, like late millennials, early Gen Z is big, kind of relates to like the apathy of the Gen Z is Orange Cassidy. It's very that TikTok generation,
You always see a lot of people dressing up as him and shit.
Yeah, especially the kids.
You're trying to say by cosplayers.
Yeah.
I got no problem with them dressing up as him. I didn't say it was a problem.
I've got a jean jacket. I've got a white shirt.
I mean, the boss like him. I heard that.
So, his own the fact that Tony Khan dresses up as him is, you know, kind of showing how.
But that shows you that Orange Cassidy's never losing his job. You got the boss dressing like you.
Yeah, it shows how much Tony kind of loves him. So maybe Tony booked that win himself personally. So I mean that it's gonna be it's gonna be one of the biggest events of that night. I mean, it's kind of like I mean, if they really because I saw how good Orange Cassidy's match with Will Ospreay was. Yeah. I think this could be. It's got potential to be on like the Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat level of Intercontinental Championship matches. You know, they'll really elevate this.
High mountains to climb.
Mm.
Who's Orange Cassidy? Is he Ricky Steamboat or is he Randy Savage?
He's a whole new thing. It's a whole new thing.
No, I see what he's saying though. Like, you know, I don't think that many people are talking about this match happening, but I think that it could be a show stealer.
I mean, I loved Cassidy in the Will Ospreay match. I thought that was magical. I'd be down to see that again too. You know, that's like a repeat. You know,
yeah. But here's the thing though, that we are noticing. We are seeing Cassidy being a little bit more serious as of late. I know hasn't been like the best seriousness, but for even though I know that whack ass punch, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't.
Orange Cassidy's first gimmick was like a hippie dude, similar to Matt Riddle.
He was a fire ant.
Yeah, he was a fire ant. Part of the colony.
He was a fucking fire ant. He was a part of the. He was like the king of the colony in Chikara. He was a fire ant. So I mean, I give him props that he switched his character and reinvented himself, and I'm happy that he did that. So, and like I said, Orange Cassidy. I don't see it happening though. I want Pac and Ethan. I think Ethan could give a match in Toronto to Pac, and Pac will lose it fair and square to fucking Ethan, or maybe he just cheat. If he cheats, fuck it. It's a heel thing, anyways. It's a heel thing. I don't mind it.
On Rampage, you got Ethan going against Danhausen, who's also in the best friends, so you could start building up Ethan versus other best friends until he gets to the champion Orange Cassidy.
And that's where it throws me off a little bit because when they book that, it makes me think, oh, they are going to jump into fucking Cassidy because you're booking.
I hope not. I hope I'm not manifesting this shit right now.
Yes, you are. You just started.
I take it back, Jesus.
I cannot believe this shit.
If that does happen,
yeah, sorry guys.
It's fine.
It's my fault. Fine. It's like this. It was me all along.
Okay, you asked for it. No, yeah, for sure.
Son of a bitch! What? It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
Ivan will be JR in the back. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yes, I would be that. And now I say this for last because I want to know. Is this your time? Is this your time? Swerve in our glory is a claim. Is it their time? Should have done it at All Out, or what's the deal? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Oh my God. I am so conflicted with this because we all know where I stand with both of these teams.
I know. That's why I think that's the hardest question.
Honestly, for me, just to ease my soul and make me happy and make the hype happy, I feel like Acclaim should get it. But the thing is that I don't think that it should be away from Keith Lee and Swerve.
Oh, I wish I had.
Pulling on the heartstrings.
You know what? I feel like getting that Ralph one. I'm gonna get it just for that. Next time I'm gonna get that. Oh, it kind of hurt. Oh, yes, that's how I feel right now. Oh my God!
Like they deserve it. I would love it. I would love to see this title on them because they are everything. They're a full package. They are getting better every single week because they, like, I'm not saying they were the Lucha Brothers, but And especially with Bowens being away for so long, doing the whole, wheelchair thing and all of that stuff, and then getting back, together, I would love to see them. But I feel like right now their hype is barely the beginning, and I feel like they can get a lot more from this. So I feel like just pushing the idea of them becoming champion, they need to just grip on. I understand like a lot of people don't like it when they get dragged on, but I feel like the Acclaim just needs to just a little bit more, because everybody loves the Acclaim. But if you give them so if you gave it to them right away, it's like, where do you go from here? So I feel like they just need to hold on and continue to get that hype. And I don't know, maybe at Revolution, to start off the year. I don't know. But I feel like right now, this right now with Swerve and Keith Lee, it's working. And I don't want to see them lose those titles. So if they were to lose them to them, I hope it's later on. But for me, I just personally don't want the Acclaim to particularly take them right now. That's my intake on that. Although I love them. I'm sorry.
Unless you see the Acclaim and Billy Gunn going for the trios titles.
We could probably see that, and then we're gonna have the Gunn brothers. I don't know, the Ass Boys.
Yeah, the Ass Boys and
what are we calling them?
Firm ass. The Firm Ass. They got a Firm Ass.
What are we calling them?
Firm Ass.
Maybe we can even get them involved into the trios because their dad is in there. I mean, who knows? I mean, there's a lot of possibilities that could happen. But like I said, for this one particularly, if this was happening tomorrow, then I would say not yet. Just hold on. Just hold the horses just a little bit longer.
For one more
hold
day.
Up. Hey.
The next episode.
We saw, we don't. Hey, play.
Yo, Matt freaking Callens.
I think what Tony Khan, if I could kind of attempt reverse psychology on him, is I think he's saying he's going to have a lot of babyface championship victories. The reason why is just to kind of take the bad taste of the CM Punk Elite situation, so he can kind of like make people forget about that if he brings out enough like good feel good moments. So the Acclaim getting those titles is going to be like, come on, look at all the good stuff I've got going on. I think he's gonna. And the Acclaimed was like that's another one of Tony Khan's ideas. That's like, because originally he wanted it to be Chris Jericho and the Acclaimed.
They weren't even a tag team.
Yeah. He wanted that.
They weren't. He made them
He made them. Yeah, you're right.
Dude, honestly, this is the best. That's the best thing that could have happened in the beginning of this whole entire AEW. I swear to God, that tag team. I have been writing with these guys since the beginning. Since people were like, I don't know about that. I'm like, what you mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, just wait, y'all. And little by little, like everything just got picked. I'm just like, yes. You, everybody's seeing it now. I love it.
I even watched their AEW dark raps, so that was really cool too. Like back in the Britt Baker waiting room, it was like our Piper's pit.
Yeah,
Piper.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I love the waiting room. I'd be down to see the.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I'd be down. They should bring back the waiting room. Like that's like the best version.
The women need stuff to do. Yeah.
The waiting room's a good place to do it. But I guess it's definitely gonna be the Acclaim, because Tony wants to take like bad thoughts out of people's heads and give them a good feel good moment. So that's where I think it's gonna happen. Whether they're ready for it or not, I could kind of I feel like I could read Tony Khan's mind at this moment. This is what he's going for. It's like, all right, let's get people let's get people's minds off this. Let's, we're all about new talent. I don't need Kenny Omega. I don't need CM Punk. I've got the Acclaimed, he's going to try to.
need Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
You know what Tony Khan's thinking right now?
That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
He's telling you.
I think they'll keep going on a little bit.
He's gonna keep telling you that it's bullshit. That you do not know what he's thinking, man. You don't know what he's thinking.
Maybe. I mean, he bought, like, if you guys don't know this about him, like, he bought 200 Whoppers, like, and just passed them out to people, like, and he did that like almost. He did that like almost like every week during the pandemic. It was like, all right, 200 Whoppers, let's do this. I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He was helping people. I hope it wasn't like
it's very surprising, you know. So I mean, it's one thing, like turkey dinners are one thing, but like on a regular basis, like he feels like impulsive to buy 200 Whoppers. But I could kind of know where he's coming from with that. So, but yeah, Acclaim's gonna get it. If they don't, then I don't know what's going on. It's it. I guess I can't read Tony's mind if Acclaim don't win.
Tranquilo, right? Tranquilo.
He's hearing this. He's like, you know what? Let me just go change the script.
Yeah, right. Oh man, Nero, take it away.
I think the only reason why this matchup is happening so soon after it already happened is because the Acclaim is going to win. He saw that the Acclaim got that crowd reaction at All Out, and there was already questions of, did you think about on the fly changing the ending of that matchup? Because the Acclaim was over as hell at All Out, and if they would have won, it would have been a huge pop. And he kind of missed that boat. And right now, the Acclaimed is hot. So I always say you got to strike when the fire is hot, and you don't want to wait too long because then it'll start cooling down. So right now, the Acclaimed has to win because they have a lot of fanfare. And if you lose, then why would they get another title shot in the future if they lost 2 straight in a row? So
because they're turning heel.
But they were already heel for so long.
But they're turning. No, they need to be those cheering type of heels, the ones that you are loving. So
but
it's
they've been
just
there for
them.
So long. Everyone always loved the Acclaimed, even though they were heels for like the last 2 years.
They won me over when they did the whole fucking rap battle when it was them against Moxley and Kingston. And that's the one that won me over.
Oh man,
smoking a cigarette.
Your wife's calling me for oral sessions.
Yeah. Oh, from there, I was like, oh my god, that was it.
And he had to like talk to Mox in the corner, like, don't kill this guy right now.
Yeah, he did.
He's like talking to him in the corner.
Hey, don't kill this guy, right? You know, hey, don't break kayfabe. It's cool, all right? And now we know why Renee Young called it now sessions instead of oral.
Yeah, she dropped the oral.
She dropped the oral.
No oral.
I love you. Hey, I love you, Renee. I love you, Bugs. Yes.
If they could make the I wonder if the Firm's gonna change their name if they put that in the rap facing the Firm. It's like the Firm Ass Boys. Like
oh my, here we go with the Firm Ass Boys again.
He's gonna bring that up because look, we're gonna be the first ones. All of us are gonna be saying that shit first. I'll tell you that right now. And,
like if you're gonna make if you could so easily make fun of oral sessions, you can make fun of the Firm Ass Boys. So
no, I mean,
easy.
Of course, yeah, it writes itself. But I'm just
right
not
there.
chaining it. I'm not chaining it at all. Like, you will never catch me chanting Firm Ass Boys in the fucking crowd, bro.
Hell no, I wouldn't know because man, hey, you know, especially if you're gonna be live in the crowd. And imagine you're in the crowd and you're saying Firm Ass, and then the guy's right next to you. And you're like, I'm gonna knock your ass out, and then I'll be looking at you, and I'm gonna be,
you got knocked the fuck
out, right? Because you called somebody a firm ass. No, I wouldn't say that. So Tony Khan, I'm gonna say this, Tony.
Here with Jade Cargill and the baddies.
First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit. First and foremost, Tony, cut the shit.
There you go. Cut the fucking shit, Tony Khan, because no, man. Oh my God, this is too much.
Oh, Lord.
I agree with Liz. She has great points about Swerve. It's hard. This is the toughest one, honestly.
This one is the toughest one.
It is.
You want them to win, but we can't have 2 tag team champions.
What I would have done, this is not my booking, I would have put the Acclaim to win it at All Out and have them lose it here at Grand Slam. Having them regain it back, take it into a trilogy, Full Gear, and determine it from there. Because how you mentioned De Niro, they were hot over there at All Out. They would have wanted, they would have had their moment, right? 2 weeks in, I know it's short, but however, they can be a 2-time. The same with Swerve and Lee. They can be a 2-time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
So I would not be mad at that because you're gonna take it to that. Now we're gonna get that here. So he's doing the opposite. So we might see Acclaim win it here, and then we might see Swerve win it back in a Full Gear. That could be the case. That could happen. You get me?
It
like,
could.
Yeah,
it could. But guess what? I just thought about
that
Tony Khan probably knows who I am. So he knows that my birthday is in November. So he knows that Full Gear is in November. So he knows that I love the Acclaimed. So he's going to push their reign until November as a birthday present for me.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
When's your birthday?
November 29th.
My son is November 7th.
Oh, no way. He's a Scorpio, huh? I'm a Sagittarius. But Full Gear, I think, is like 10 days before. So I'm just saying, Tony Khan, happy early birthday to me, the Acclaimed.
Wrap it up, put a bow on it.
And that's a wrap.
Yep. That's a Max Caster wrap.
That is a Max Caster wrap. Oh, man. What a hell of a night. But, man, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of the hour. And yet,
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yes, it is that time for us to. You know what? I wish I had the roll out, but dude will strike me if I have the fucking song. It's just a
do a cover of it. Yeah, my homies roll out.
I'm not gonna sing it, bro.
You put a country twist on it?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like, a country.
Yeah.
Get what's his face? The guy who does the karaoke covers, Buff Coral. Get Buff Coral's cover of it.
The beat is where it's gonna be missing because that's where they strike you when they get that.
Use a crappy karaoke version of it.
I think we should all be drunk and just singing, and then just there you go. Oh yeah.
I fucking love you guys.
That would be a fucking waste.
Word. We have to do one episode at least where we're just all fucking smashed.
I'm down. I'm down.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Well, yeah, let's do it. I think we should.
I'm with it.
I think we should do it for a pre-Thanksgiving special, like with the league, and bring on Liz, and then everybody gets fucked up right there in the league. And oh man,
and you can't lie about it. You gotta show what you're drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't need a refill, but I already finished mine. Yes. Brought to you by Models right here. You see the habits putting it out there. Models. Even though we're not sponsored by them, but coming soon. You never know. But I'll tell you, we are sponsored, but not the COD. But I can tell you what else is sponsored, and that is Manscaped, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you put on the code. Let them know the code, man. De Niro, let them know. Manscaped. Put on the code.
Manscaped.com, promo code DeLorean for 20% off all your male grooming needs. Yeah, I mean, they got shit for women too. So, Liz, Manscaped, 20% off. I got to thank all of the Wrestling Delorean passengers because, like I said, it was a 1 month trial and they now want to do a full partnership. So, definitely shout out to everyone who supported Manscaped.com, 20% off.
Manscaped, you heard it.
Oh, Manscaped for sure. And and also coming soon, make sure you get our merch. You get our fucking merch. There you go.
Merch.
Don't forget, get our merch right here. As you can see, your chanclas. So you want to hit, especially your vato, or if you're a mom, you want to hit your son. There's your chanclas right there. Smack the shit out of him with that, and there you go. And of course, get your tumblers, get your coffee, get your pillows, get your shorts, we even have shorts for the ladies as well, and of course shirts, and of course a nice courtesy mug right there. You see that I have as well myself. Make sure you can have your nice exquisite beer. Get our merch. Click on our LINKTREE bio and go to our merchandise store, and I will be announcing pretty soon a new special Halloween one, which you'll see which one we're going to be doing, and that's going to be exciting one that we're going to be doing. I'm very excited for the Halloween special merchandise, limited time. That's what I'm looking forward to. But yes, do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, as well, I want to thank, first of all, mi familia right here, mi hermana, my fams here, la mera del podcast. Thank you for coming on today. We appreciate you very much. Hold on. I'll give her that round of applause. You know what? Yeah, hold on. Here we go.
Give her flowers.
Yes, someone give her the flowers. Someone give her her flowers. But we appreciate
I got chocolates.
Okay. Oh, there you go. But besides, let the people know where can they find La Mera Mera Podcast on the world of YouTube and social media as well.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you guys for having me. You guys are always so pleasant, and you guys are always so welcoming. Thank you guys for always treating me like family. And huge shout out to Circle Debate, Delorean Podcast. Huge shout out to y'all. You guys are so supportive, always on social, so I really appreciate it. And again, thank you for having me. This is always a good time. I always have a great time. Or my cheeks hurt. Like, I'm about to go ice them. I'm going to go smoke and then ice them. But where you guys can find me on all social media platforms as heel.liz, on YouTube as heeliz, and you guys can catch me every Sunday on All Things Wrestling Podcast at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I think I'm used to saying that. On our YouTube, all the links are always in my bio on my LINKTREE, so I do make it easy for everybody. So go ahead and follow me, show love, show support, subscribe. But overall, thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate it.
You already know. You're part of this family. You're part of the CLD family.
Most definitely.
And hey, never know. It could be official. Never know. Now say it live. Stay tuned. Let's say, yeah, that's right. But yes, and the description will be right below. Find her every Sunday on the ATW podcast every Sunday.
Great
1 o'clock.
Awesome
podcast. 1 o'clock Eastern, of course. Of 12 o'clock Central Time and 10 a.m. Pacific is where you can catch every Sunday morning. And I'm up at Sunday morning by that time.
Even if I'm cruda, I show up.
Even if I'm hungover, I still show up, and I'm intrigued.
Dedication.
That I have for all my familia right here. But we want to just give a quick for all the audio platform listeners en español. Muchas gracias por escuchar aquí el Circo Debate, y no se olviden también a suscribir a nuestra aquí hermana, la Liz. La descripción va a estar abajo en nuestro canal de YouTube para que lo puedan suscribir a todas sus audio plataformas, y también su canal de YouTube. Síguela también en Instagram o en Twitter o no en Facebook, pero ahí son los que puedes encontrar ahí. Y también sus podcasts allá de ATW Podcast, y también síguela en Lucha Libre Online. Si ha escuchado Lucha Libre Online, también ahí la pueden encontrar a la señora Liz. Suscribe también a mi hermana aquí, dale soporte y amor a mi hermana, y la queremos mucho, y como ustedes también los queremos ustedes, nuestro área de plataformas que nos escucha de todo Centroamérica. Saludos a Colombia, saludos a Honduras, Salvador, México, Nicaragua, Dominicana y Cuba también. Gracias por el soporte y el apoyo que nos dan ustedes. Brasil también, que sé que hablan un poco español, portugués, pero gracias, saludos a todos ustedes, y everybody from, of course, the European listeners. Guten Tag, wie geht es dir? Tschüss. Appreciate you very much for listening in. Matt Callis, let our Filipino listeners out there audio in the Philippines, tell them thank you for listening.
Mabuhay. Mabuhay, kumusta kayo, and all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Keep tuning in.
You need to speak your Philippine language, man.
All that good stuff.
If you didn't know this, there's actually not Tagalog words for every single word. Like if you watch a Filipino TV show or drama, like every fifth word is English. Every fifth or sixth word is English, or fifth or fourth. Yeah,
my girl watches a lot of 90 Day Fiance, and there's a lot of Filipinos, and it's all English.
Yeah, it's like either every 4 words, like 4 Tagalog words and then 2 words. That's how it is.
Okay. And De Niro, let them know en inglés, por favor.
Word, everybody, we work on this channel. You know what I mean? We put in out a lot of content. Hit that subscribe button. Wrestling Delorean Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live here on Circle of Debate. And then you got Circle Debate. We got the New Japan shows on Tuesday, hopefully coming back soon. Wednesdays, we got the MMA show. Thursday, we got the flagship show. Friday, we got Top 5. A lot of content. Thank you so much for everybody who's always riding with us. But definitely hit that subscribe button, cop the merchandise, and just support good podcasts.
Get your merch. Get your merch. Get those chanclas. Still summer. Get those towels. Get everything overall. But we appreciate you all for watching and listening, subscribing. Remember, we don't just hear the COD and Heel List and ATW Podcast and Lucha Libre Online and the League of Extraordinary Podcast and the Wrestling Delorean Podcast. We don't just do podcasting. Matt Callis, tell them what the hell we do. All of us.
Yeah, we don't just do podcasting. We make history.
Will
Over and over.
make
Over and over.
history.
Over and over and over and over.